to the Goods from the Woods. My name is Rivers Langley.
I'm Sam Harder.
I'm Carter Glasscock.
And today we are so pleased to be joined by our friend, comedian, musician, best-selling author of the recently released Advice King. It's our friend.
You're supposed to.
You want me to say something?
Say your name, brother.
Chris Crofton.
Chris, he was leaning back, just soaking in that adulation.
I didn't know how long you were going to go because there's so many credits.
Well, I mean, I could keep going. Star of stage and screen, the voice you know, the voice you love. Many time over, friend of the pod. It's great to see your face.
Yeah, I love that shit.
Hell yeah.
It's nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, of course. Yeah, and on brand, cold brew in hand.
Large.
Cold brew got him like this.
Yeah, I'm about to... I had one cold brew so far today. And now I'm going to have another one. But I saved, I usually would have already had a whole bunch, but I saved some to make this a good show.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah.
I waited till 15 minutes before I came over to have my first sip of caffeine for the day because I was like, I want to peak on caffeine on the podcast.
That's what art's all about.
So try to determine what moment that happens at in the time.
Yeah.
Anybody listening, when I start getting really spun out and won't stop talking about dumb shit.
I'm already on the way down. I mean, I had coffee way earlier.
Oh, yeah?
But I'm trying to count how many cigarettes I smoke.
You're not going to get anywhere doing that. Show business.
My peak hours are all day long.
Yeah.
24 hours.
What's the cigarette count, though?
That's
I'm at 4 today.
Okay.
That's not too bad.
Fake
It's early. How long have you been awake?
Since 9.
I cracked a show-tested Rivers approved drink, a Skittles C4 right before this.
I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, I think you drank it. I think we all drank it on here. Yeah,
You do coffee and energy drinks all day long.
It's not cold enough to do coffee yet.
I do both.
Chris,
I do both like a maniac.
See, Chris rolls with the cold brew, which is appropriate for the climate here. I get that coffee going right around November, December. And then,
hot coffees for bourgeois pigs.
Espressos with designs in the foam.
Cream and sugars for bourgeois pigs.
I agree because it implies that you have time to enjoy it. I just need to chug my iced coffee and get back to whatever I was doing,
Yeah.
These bourgeois pigs, on the other hand.
How many lumps of sugar is for wealth hoarders?
I have it black. It's supposed to be bitter, like my life. Been beaten down by society.
Jeff Bezos has a whole vault filled with lumps. It's a protected
lumps
for coffee.
Sugar. Oh, okay. Now I understand. I was like, so you got a cancer vault? What are you talking about?
Yeah, also breast lumps.
He definitely has a cancer vault. Come on. Where do you think these vaccines are getting the cancer from?
He's hoarding the cure. Yeah.
My humps.
My lovely cancer lumps.
I can't believe that really happened. Can you believe that really happened?
Yeah.
They put out that song and it really happened.
I was in college and I do remember staring at VH1, just mouth agape, like this is where we are.
Everyone accepted it and they were like, I guess everything's going to be okay. But
and Fergie became a bigger and bigger artist.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
But now she's beloved. She really is.
They're a cold brew band.
Yeah.
Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah.
Cold brew house
I
band.
am.
Yeah.
It's got something wrong with them.
Apple D app.
Clearly.
Yeah.
It's William.
Is that what that's a play on? I never even. Oh.
Breaking new ground here today, folks.
That's so fucking dumb.
Yeah. Well, there's the other guy, Apple D app. And,
Is that in that band too?
Yeah, there's Fergie, there's Will.i.am, there's Apple D app, and then
Is he like the Bono guy who wears the Bono glasses?
I'm not sure. And then there's
I think so.
Well,
yeah.
yes, you're right. Yes, Apple D app has very angular, like Grace Jones like hair, I believe, and then crazy glasses. But then there's the other guy who I don't know his name, but that is probably the most famous person I share a birthday with. Is the fourth Black Eyed Pea who is not Fergie, Apple D app, or Will.i.am.
So you know all the people you share a birthday with.
Woody Guthrie is another one. Yeah, know a few. Yeah. No one else does. No one else read the big birthday
Woody
book.
Guthrie and Apple D Apple.
I don't know. Every time I check one of those lists for celebrities with the same birthday, it's no one.
Yeah.
It's no one who I know, at least.
Jack Nicholson over here.
Oh,
wow.
hey now, all right.
Mm-hmm.
What would that sound like him at a birthday party?
age.
Oh my God, I'm 90 years old. I guess.
That was good. You nailed
I
it.
shit my pants
Everything hurts.
Where am I?
at a Lakers game.
Why are they running so much? What is that incessant rubber bouncing sound?
I remember when I was a kid that thing happened where he got out of his car and he hit someone else's car with a golf club.
Yes,
And
1994.
my dad was like, "What an asshole!" That's what an asshole does.
Well, your dad had never driven in Los Angeles because I feel like
Yeah,
getting out
no.
of the car and hitting people with golf clubs all the
You
time.
have a full golf bag in your.
Oh, my
tour van all
my
the time.
brain is a golf bag, just ready to just fucking
Brittany hit a-
unload terrible things.
Brittany
onto
hit a
people.
car with a golf club too. It's like a standard issue LA meltdown.
Did she? I never heard
I thought it was an
about that.
umbrella.
Oh, I guess it was an umbrella.
Yeah,
You're right.
and she hit a person with the umbrella. I think.
That makes more sense. Attacking a car with a golf club is like knife to a gunfight.
Yeah.
You know? You're not going to
Yeah.
win that one.
It's impotent. Yeah, it's an impotent gesture.
Even if you hit the car, you're probably going to break the golf club. Anyways.
I wanted to share this. Our friend Casey Harmon, listening down in Louisiana, sent this to me. This is an interesting opportunity that popped up on Craigslist in the Austin, Texas section, the subsection Rooms and Shares.
Oh, I was wondering. I saw Cedar Park. I was like, is that my Cedar Park?
It is indeed.
In Texas?
Yeah, northern suburb of Austin. Cedar Park, $550, one bedroom.
That's a good deal.
That's a fucking great deal for, well, until you hear what it is.
And until you have to live in Cedar Park.
Starting a jiu-jitsu house in Cedar Park, 4 bedrooms. So typical for ads, you find
What's
out.
a jiu-jitsu house?
It's like a Waffle House.
I think that's an unanswered question.
Does it say what it is?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to get in there. I just wanted to point out that this is a classic thing with these listings where it's like, ooh, that's a good deal for a 1 bedroom. And then you read it and it's like, no, it's 1 bedroom within 4.
Well,
Like,
that's like when I moved out here and I was looking up, trying to find a place to live, and it's like, a muscular man can live here for $1. Must sleep in bed with me, but no touching. So don't worry. There's like a lot of those. That means they must
definitely.
work like once in a while.
Like we share a bedroom, like separated by one of those. What do you call them? The
dividers?
partition.
yeah, just not even one of
A
those
curtain.
like dressing ones.
Oh,
From,
the
like,
shade. The shades.
Yeah,
Yeah.
separated by that, you can just hear each other snoring all night.
I did that in someone's living room when I moved here.
Yeah.
There was I lived in the living room and there was like a little fold out divider.
Like old school, you see in a movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the living room was connected to the kitchen and I would hear like the goings on in the kitchen and
Oh,
that was also where like
God.
one of the roommates liked to have like meetings,
Of course.
business meetings.
And obviously the partition kept that so you couldn't hear it at all.
No, yeah. I would just
He's on the other side just jerking off.
in timeout, But, the guy would put me in timeout pretty regularly. And I was like, I wonder what Los Angeles has in store for me.
So many people wind up in those situations when they first move here. 'Cause they're just
yeah.
like, I guess I just need a temp spot before I find my real one.
Yeah. My current roommate, he had like a bunk bed situation and like where there was like 2 bunk beds in one room, like the size of this room.
the dorm style.
Yeah.
And they pay like $900,
And it was
a
not
month.
cheap.
Yeah,
it was
it's
fucking not
crazy.
cheap. And I remember, he came to look at this room and he's like, oh, so it's just me in here? I'm like, yeah. It's a room. Yeah.
There's not a guy standing in the closet.
Right. No, you get 4 walls and a door. Just,
well, that's
it's
what's
all
going to
to
happen
yourself.
in America. Like, there's like only 4 square miles of this country that have jobs in them, and the rest of this, so it's like just people are going to be stacked up like fucking cordwood.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's coming.
In every place that has like any jobs, and
Yeah.
every other place can be wide open.
Yeah. Well, in Cedar Park, this guy says,
We got so far away.
oh, it's like, no.
I forgot we were even talking about this.
I like
Yeah.
taking it directly to America.
Oh, you're right. This podcast.
Well, listen, in America, you got to fight to survive. And this guy,
We hold a mirror up to society on this podcast.
that's right. We're
And people
polishing
may
it.
not like what they see,
No,
but
no.
No, they do not.
So he
No
said-
one does.
He says, I'm starting a jiu-jitsu house in Cedar Park. 4 bedrooms, 4 guys that do jiu-jitsu. Yes, you have to train.
So the guy is already making like orders. He's in control of your life.
You have to indulge in my hobby if you want to have a roof over your head.
This motherfucker is trying to start a real Cobra Kai in North Austin. Like that's what's happening.
They're gonna go to other jiu-jitsu houses and do challenges.
It could be like Count Dante, like have fucking brawls in the streets and shit. He says rent is $550 plus utilities (parentheses free internet), $550 refundable deposit, $60 application fee. And this is the weird part. I can rent the house with 30 days notice. If we can get 2 guys to commit, then I'll sign the lease.
So he doesn't even have the place
right,
yet.
the place, he doesn't even have it. This is a theoretical jiu-jitsu house.
Dude, you see so many of these in the LA house listings too. They're just like, I have this much money. I'm looking for a person. Here's my ideal place. And it's just like, this is
unrealistic.
This is what everyone's thinking in their brain.
Yeah,
You can't just put that out and be like, and make it happen.
He says, I'm a brown belt at Brazilian Fight Factory, and my Instagram is at Kieldro.
Is that a legit gym? We need to look up if that's a legit gym or if this guy's a faker.
No, he's real because I looked him up and all of his pictures are indeed tagged at Brazilian Fight Factory.
Okay. But this is in Texas. Keep that in mind. The Brazilian Fight Factory in Cedar Park.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is like when people put up a sign that says like starting a band and they need every player.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm the singer / star.
Which you've seen those, where they're like need keyboard, drums, bass, lead guitar.
One of the few places in Los Angeles where they still have an actual bulletin board, the Guitar Center on Sunset, and that is some of the most desperate things I've ever seen pinned on a bulletin board.
And it's like a headshot of someone wearing a fedora, and it's like, I need an entire band.
I need a harmonica
to back this.
I need a harmonica. I need keyboards. I need a full horn section, drums, bass, guitar.
I need a ska band.
So
I need a ska
I need a ska band.
That's like Sam was saying. It's like a dream. It's like telling your dream to somebody. Like this man dreams of having a jiu-jitsu house, and he just told the whole world about it.
I love the specificity of like, it must be ska. It's got to, like with this, like what if you came to him and you're like, look, I do karate. I don't do jiu-jitsu, but can I still live here? Like, no, get the fuck out. We're a jiu-jitsu house.
You got to be a ground fighter. And you're like, no, I can help you with your striking. You're like, we don't care about that in the jiu-jitsu house.
I'll pay the rent for 2
grappling
rooms.
only. There's a mat in the living room for a reason.
I'll get a second job and pay the rent for 2 rooms if I don't have to do jiu-jitsu.
That's how interesting things happen, because that's sometimes like a band will be like, I need like a, I don't know, like a heavy metal guitar player. And then this guy's like, I like Steely Dan. I don't know if that'll work. And he's like, listen, I think we can make that work.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like jiu-jitsu, wow, I don't know if I really like jiu-jitsu. I'm not really sure what it is, but I do like porn. And he's like, that's pretty close. So
That works.
you can move in.
This reminds me of the time that me and my friends wanted to start a video game club in our neighborhood.
Ooh, hell yeah.
And in theory, great. And my mom was like, you can make the flyers for those. And she just like made us draw something to like, make us spend some time during the summer.
Sure.
And then she's like, yeah, you can't put those up anywhere. We're not having random children come over to play video games here. Like 8. Like, what? I want the club.
Well, now you learned an important lesson. You can work really hard on something and it will not pan out.
We had it so planned out. Dude.
Yeah, I was never gonna let the video game club happen.
Yeah, she knew it
But
the whole time.
look how good you got at drawing Mario.
I looked this guy up, and if you look at the comments under all of his pictures, it's just people who have seen this ad being like, hey, you still got the jiu-jitsu house, bro? And he's not answered any
What's
of
up,
them.
weirdo?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Time to put up or shut up, motherfucker.
How's the karate house going, asshole?
I'm gonna come over there and beat your ass, and I want to live with you.
Don't try to grapple with him, I guess, unless you're higher than a brown belt.
Those are the rules.
Brown belt.
Oh, man.
That's the one, right? That's between purple and black.
Okay, so that's like the second.
Also the belt that you put between your ass cheeks.
That's what I call my underwear.
Yeah, it's his G-string. That's the brown
I don't
belt.
believe anything. I don't believe anything that guy's saying. So I bet he thought brown belt was more believable than saying a black belt. But he really has no belt.
Yeah.
He really has no belts, and he's really horny.
I mean, that was what I was thinking. And then you see his Instagram, and you're like, this guy is legit. Like, this
Guess
is a real
his
thing.
Instagram bio.
Just
Just take a wild guess.
I'm going to say it involves involves jujitsu.
Just 2 words: brown belt. That's his description of himself.
It's like when you're propagating a lie, you have to say it to everybody.
People are frightening. Imagine that. Imagine that. You know someone's tried to date that guy.
Well, yeah,
Maybe he'll stop saying brown belt on the second date.
that's the thing people like this don't understand is like they love their sport and whatever, but to regular people we look at it like your hobby is hurting people and getting hurt, right? That's your hobby.
Yeah.
You're insane.
But
you want to live with 3 other people who also feel that way.
Yeah, but I'm prepared to defend with deadly force this Quincy's Steakhouse. All right, I can take out
Anger
everyone
problem.
here.
I was on the bus one day and this guy was getting like loud and aggressive with the driver, and this guy in a Brazilian jiu-jitsu like shirt. He started like you could tell he's like flexing his muscles. Like, am I going to be needed
Is it
here?
time? Is it time?
It's time. I've been waiting to use bus jiu-jitsu.
The situation worked itself out, and he like threw down one of those like smoke bombs.
Yeah, he did.
But he didn't disappear. He had to wait till the next stop.
Oh God. This is the saddest ninja in America. Waiting for the bus has to open.
Yeah, then he throws another one down when he exits the bus. I had 2. I came to use 2.
Experience the mystery.
Just know if you're ever in trouble again, man, I take the bus all the time.
He steps on off the bus onto a bird that just
Yeah, onto a banana peel.
So anyway, if you're listening in Central Texas and you need somewhere to live, please live here and report back. I need to know what's happening at the theoretical jiu-jitsu house.
Yeah.
What's happening is UFC champions are being bred every day.
If you're listening to this, go take that guy up and live in that house for a few months and get back to us.
Samuel has brought to us our ungodly concoction for the day.
Yes, I have.
What do we
found
got?
it at the store down the street. It is called Adrenaline Rush.
Yeah.
But the thing that's special about this drink, one of probably the top 5 furthest distances a energy drink has traveled to get to our lips.
Yeah.
Honduras. Product of Honduras.
It's from Honduras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's from like a Pepsi shell company.
Yeah, we kind of looking up before to figure out what this company is. The company is called Imsula, and best I can tell, I think they are the like manufacturers of Pepsi down there. So they're their own company, but Pepsi uses them in Honduras to manufacture Pepsi. And then this is, I guess the Honduras was like, yeah, we're not paying for Rockstar down here. We'll just make our own shit.
Yeah, it's cheaper.
Yeah,
they
hell
have powder and water down there.
yeah, we can make this down here. This is garbage.
What's the name of the thing?
Adrenaline Rush.
Bebida Energizante.
Oh yeah, Bebida Energizante, which means energy drink. Bebida.
I'll take your word for
Drink Energizante energy.
Yeah, I was trying to do a lot of Google translation to figure out what some of this stuff is.
I found a description on Walmart's page, because apparently you can get this at least shipped to you from Walmart. It says, need an extra boost to get you up or keep you going throughout the day? Adrenaline Rush energy drink is packed with that energizing power to kick your energy up a level. When you take a sip of Adrenaline Rush energy drink, you start to feel as if you're an adrenaline junkie ready to take on the world.
Wow.
It has a smooth flavor that allows it to go down easy and start working fast to kick your energy into high gear. Get an Adrenaline Rush with a delicious citrus flavor in a can of Adrenaline Rush energy drink.
This product, like a junkie.
This product cannot be consumed by children under the age of 12, pregnant or breastfeeding women.
I bet it can be.
What it's saying.
I bet it does.
Is that where it stops on there?
Oh no, it keeps going. Breastfeeding women, diabetics, people with hypertension, people with heart disease, heart problems. Do not mix this product with alcohol or other caffeinated beverages. Uh-oh.
I was reading it on Spanish in the can, and I was able to figure out most of that.
Oh, is that right? Oh, so it just is what's on the can, but in English.
Diabeticos. Don't drink it.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. But yeah, so let's.
This sounds like some supercharged shit.
Hell yeah,
It's going to be crazy.
Let's take a trip south of the border, y'all.
I'm expecting it to taste like so many other of the the energy drinks.
I
we've had
know.
on the
Well,
show,
this one I think is
probably.
like a citrus, I guess, or something.
It was
I
hard.
don't know.
There's no really flavor listed.
Ooh, it smells lovely.
Okay. It kind of is like a lemonade pissy color.
Very dark.
It smells lovely. It pours out. It just looks like frothy piss.
Yeah. I saw a bottle filled with this on the street earlier.
I didn't say it looks lovely. I said it smells lovely.
That's
Oh,
a lot of fucking.
Yeah, a lot of
That's
whatever
we
the
just
fuck
split
this
We
is.
just split this 4 ways.
A lot of
It's
bear
still a
piss.
pretty good sized fucking
Yeah.
Pretty good
dose.
We don't have to drink the whole thing.
Dude, it
Rivers
smells-
likes to
Lord.
play cleanup.
oh, I'll clean it up. Yeah,
it smells like
cheers,
mango.
gentlemen. I was gonna say it's
Smells
got a
like
mango.
Mango.
Smells like Union Carbide.
It kind of does. It kind of does taste like Rivers just slammed that.
Hell yeah. All right, yeah, I like that.
Pretty good.
I like it because it's not as sweet as you'd imagine. It's more tart than anything else, which is good.
It doesn't have the shitty aftertaste a lot of the American ones.
No, the taste in fact disappears very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a ghost mango flavor.
That's a good one, yeah.
And it was good. And this is pretty similar and also good.
Hell yeah. All right, shout out Honduras.
I guess this tastes good.
I want Crofton's opinion
I
because
guess
he's making faces.
I was gonna
I mean,
say-
I guess it tastes good, but I mean, it tastes like. I mean, it tastes good like the way lots of things taste.
It's like a soda.
You know what I mean? It just tastes like some standard issue fizzy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't like make you sick or anything.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's going to turn you into a fucking
It's
drug addict.
it's not confidence.
But what we've learned about energy drinks is that's ideal.
Yeah.
Like that's the best case.
Oh, that it
scenario.
just doesn't have a horrible aftertaste?
Right.
And that it tastes good, doesn't have a horrible aftertaste, and
Yeah,
The least
and it
offensive,
gets
the
you-
better.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of them that if they're so like bad, like you can tell when it has that little chalky taste to it. You know that there's too much shit in it.
Well, this
and
is
like it like spins me out. Like I like stare a hole into a wall because there's like a turbo loaded with caffeine or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
This has ginseng and it has vitamin B6 and 12 in it. So I don't think it has the same just dirty ass like,
Yeah.
monster powder.
Yeah, but it tasted yummy, and I've got beads on the brow, so you know it's kicking in.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell
you took
yeah.
it like a fucking double shot of whiskey after a bad day.
Oh no, bad days I drink them slow, Sam.
Okay. You want to feel it creep up
Yeah,
on you.
hell yeah.
Swivel it around
Yeah.
inside and stare around that Ruby Tuesdays or wherever you're at.
I could jujitsu everyone in this place.
This might
Ruby
be
Tuesdays. That's the saddest place to drink if you're mad.
Yeah, talk about a place that's going to just make everything worse.
You see that old lady? I could do a flying head scissors and fucking take her head off right now.
What belt do you think she is?
they normally get the wing flingers out faster. But people expect a lot out of me at work too, so I get it.
I always feel extra powerless when I'm in Ruby Tuesday.
You feel resigned to
To
fate.
begin with, yeah. Even if I'm not in a bad mood, I automatically feel like.
Well, you didn't choose to be there if you're at a
Oppressed.
Ruby Tuesdays. So, yeah, you've been forced into that situation.
Oh my god! Yeah, they closed down all the Ruby Tuesdays in Auburn. It's a shame.
Is it still a place?
I believe so, but it's got to be limited at this point.
It's got to be one of those restaurants they have in cities where there's not a lot of choices.
Yeah.
It's just where there's a lot of Rolling Stones fans. The only people who love it, I guess.
Yeah. At this
Okay,
point,
I'm still working on this energy drink, and I like it. I hate
Yeah.
to say it.
I
but
do
It's
too.
okay. Yeah, I mean, I still don't feel like I have a discerning enough palate
No,
for
no.
the energy drinks.
it's
Me and
it's,
Rivers are insane, and we might be inventing that we have this palate in our own
yeah.
heads.
I mean, even if we don't, just via research conducted, we are we could be expert witnesses at an energy drink trial, for instance.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
definitely,
agree.
yeah.
If there's a study or if they needed an expert opinion on any, a blog post,
Yeah, ooh.
we might have tried more energy drinks than most people in the entire world.
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
makes us a very special group of people.
This is true.
It's like Jiu-Jitsu brown belts. Not everybody can get there.
We-
It takes a lot of hard work and
All right.
dedication.
Y'all, we got
Years.
to start an
Years of
energy
this.
drink house. You must drink energy drinks. And then
3
we just-
ribbits every day.
I mean, it kind of was when I was living here.
That's true.
There was
Yeah.
a fridge full of energy drinks all the time.
Yeah,
there's a corner. Oh, you cleaned up the energy. Oh, wait, here it is.
yeah. I've still got
There's
a few
couple.
over there.
Have we tried Pepsi Nitro yet?
No, that's the one that's brewed like the Guinness. It's got the nitro bubbles in it
I
instead of
guess
CO2.
so. I see it at the store, and I never want to drink it because it's not low calorie.
Yeah, no,
And I
it's a
don't
full
really
Sugar.
like Pepsi, really, but
Yeah, it's
Pepsi
It's nitro,
Nitro.
so it is literally a Pepsi, but instead of using CO2 to carbonate it, they carbonate it with nitrogen the way they do
like
Guinness.
coffee.
Guinness,
Or, yeah,
like you know how
nitro
Guinness the
coffee.
bubbles go down,
Right.
Yeah, it's that,
But it's
Pepsi.
regular Pepsi. It's just Pepsi.
I
believe
think
so.
it's like an energy drink. I think there's
Oh,
more.
okay.
I
That
think
doesn't
there's more
appeal to me.
caffeine.
That
Oh,
doesn't-
okay.
Chris, how do you feel about energy drinks in general?
I don't know. I just think they're like some kind of disguised chemicals. I mean, they're supposed
Yes.
to be,
Yeah, they are.
but I mean, it's just like a delivery system for being upset.
It's a it's a dietary supplement, according to the FDA.
For being upset.
Have you ever had an energy drink you liked, or are you just across the board?
I mean, they're just
Not
not
with
as
them.
much fun. They're too direct of a hit. Like I like coffee is a little more.
Creeps up on you.
There's something like that. I don't know how to explain it. But there's
It's-
something about.
It's weirder to sip an energy drink. An energy drink
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
usually something you finish pretty fast. And you can have a cup of coffee going for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like something about the time. I don't know. It's just like also anything that tastes like sugary like that. I just drink it real fast just because I don't know why, because I can't control myself.
Delicious.
Like with sugar, you know.
Yeah,
I just like
yeah.
anything that tastes good. I'm like.
that was the most sugar I've had in like a month.
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, that's fully leaded with
But
those.
I do really want to know, like, I mean, they've got to be making this stuff the cheapest way they can. Like, they've got to be
Yeah.
repurposing other machines to make this stuff and just changing a couple ingredients. I really
Yeah.
believe that this is probably
Yeah.
manufactured on like some kind of like old military machine that used to make like tank grease.
Oh boy.
Jars of tank
Do
grease.
all our theories about energy drinks completely match up with what you just
Yeah.
said.
And I want to talk to
Yeah.
We know somebody who works
At
for
Coca-Cola,
at
yeah.
Coca-Cola, but I don't know if they really know what goes into it
Yeah.
other than the process of how it's made
Well,
and canned.
The process of making coffee is like so transparent, and it's like this very organic.
It's natural.
Yeah, it's natural, and that's what I was gonna say too. Like maybe like because like you love coffee, but like there's like such a what you do after you drink a cup of coffee is very different from what you do after you drink an energy drink. You know what I mean? Like the activities that those drinks pertain to.
It's a very different demographic.
Yeah,
for
like
sure.
after
Yeah.
you drink coffee, you like have some like you write poetry, and if after you drink an energy drink, you marry someone you don't know.
It's more,
but
That's
you're
the kinda
related to
thing.
them, yeah.
And you don't talk about like you can talk about coffee and be like notes of whatever, but energy drinks, it's like porn, I mean, it's just like
Shit was nasty and
No,
great.
you're
yeah.
right.
you just go you drink coffee and then you talk about stuff, and if you drink an energy drink, you just go home and spank it.
And that's another theory I have about energy drinks.
It's masturbation fuel.
Some of them have the same ingredients as over-the-counter boner pills.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah,
Legitimately.
there's horny goat weed in that for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you had a coffee shop and instead you swapped it out to energy drinks, like there would be nobody in the coffee shop.
Yeah.
They would come in, they would drink their energy drink, they would get upset in some way,
The coffee shop would be lit
and
on
they
fire.
would go home immediately.
Yeah.
The room would be empty,
Or full of people just pacing,
Yeah.
just
And the-
muttering to
and
themselves.
the music would be terrible.
They'd all be watching porn on VR headsets, drinking energy
And the
drinks.
music would be Rammstein all day.
and everyone's shadow boxing too.
So it's a different culture, is what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Cool one.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct.
Are you either radical and extreme, or are you
profound?
realistic? Yeah,
Profound.
I'll drink energy drinks and then write, and sometimes go back and be like, "This is nonsense."
Yeah.
It's just fueled up on THC.
It's a
and-
wish list for
yeah.
Christmas or something.
Yeah,
It's
it's just a fucking
while you're on an energy drink.
manifesto.
Yeah, we drank like energy drinks before we had band practice a couple times, and like it changed. Like the style,
It got
style
dark.
of music was way different.
We're a punk band now.
Yeah, it was like
Motherfucker.
like I think corn is a good example of what energy drinks can do to
I mean, they
To a
kind
brain,
of.
yeah.
to a bass tone.
I think. I mean, they kind of are. If energy drinks
They are
was
the
a
energy
band.
drink the band, yeah, for sure.
The lead singer was on meth for a while.
I mean,
so
yeah,
it makes
yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
So they just that's what they tell people. people.
Yeah,
they're
the
doing.
ingredients from meth, I think, and the ingredients to energy drinks are like equally sort of like not talked about.
I kind of think the energy drink sometimes is the crushed up pills they cook meth with.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
just mix it down into water.
It's the same, like both of them have cat litter in them. And no one cares. It's like you drink it and you're like, I don't care what's in it. Like same with meth. You're like, I don't give a fuck what that is. I feel incredible.
Yeah, I've been driving this truck for 18 hours straight, and I got to stay up.
No, you're not. You're sitting on your couch and has a bunch of stains on it.
What?
Oh, I'm not driving a truck? No, you fucking idiot.
This isn't Monument Valley.
Sex with a couch again?
You just got divorced and ate some cat litter.
I think if you get divorced and just get hooked on energy drinks, that's pretty good.
I was gonna say.
Compared to a lot of divorced
Oh,
people.
definitely.
I think a lot of America, I've seen guys like go up to fucking counters and just like in regular clothes, obviously doing some regular job and just getting a tremendous like rock star energy drink and just being
yeah.
like, what do you need that?
The craziest ones to me are the extra large monsters that have the
Oh,
cap
the-
on
the
top.
screw
like
top?
you're going to be drinking it throughout the day.
Like you want to continue doing this to
And you'll
yourself?
see a person like somebody who's like works at an insurance company or something, just like getting one of those. Like, like it's like they just got,
Like it's normal.
some other kind of thing. Yeah, like
Yeah.
a mint tea or something.
yeah.
I've
And they go
never
back
had-
to the office and go crazy.
I've never had it, and maybe we should try it on the podcast. But Monster does several coffee flavors.
Oh yeah, the Java monsters. Yeah, of course. Oh.
I've never had them.
Crossing
because
the
it seems
streams.
I have.
Crime against-
I've had the Irish.
Yeah.
I've had the Irish
Cold
cream.
brew.
I've had the mocha. I've had the French vanilla. I used to be big.
French vanilla
Yeah.
energy drink?
French vanilla monster
vanilla
Java.
doesn't sound right to be mixing with that.
No, they're quite good. Actually, before I
They're
really,
quite good.
yeah,
You got mad. You
Oh,
got
yeah.
mad. Actually, no.
guys, you're hating on my wife right now.
Have you
That's my favorite.
Have you tried putting regular milk in an energy drink?
Ooh, no.
Since if you
but-
can add vanilla to it.
Yeah. Well, this is a coffee plus, so you might be interested in this. It's
I'll go half.
Chris-
I'll go half Monster, half almond milk.
Sound like you're-
by the way, it's really kicking in for me right now. So in case you're keeping score at home, but yeah, no, it's a coffee, and then they have a sweet cream, and then they have a shit fuck ton of caffeine and all the
He's
shit,
fucking gone.
all the shit cream.
He's like, you're not
That
watching.
isn't cream.
You can't see this, but he's like waving stuff around.
He's got a gun
He
in his
really
hand. He's
is,
like
yeah,
waving the
yeah.
gun around.
Do you want to dance with the devil?
And he's mad that I said that they weren't good.
They're great. I'm Tony the Tiger, motherfucker. They're great.
See, that's how I know me and Rivers have a palate, because we will say an energy drink is good, and if somebody's
Yeah.
like, "No, I like the Blue Monster," we're like, "You fucking idiot!"
You're a
like in our heads, we're just like, "Well, you're a redneck piece of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Why don't you go fuck your
What do you know?
sister?"
I do feel like uncultured swine every time we do this segment because I have nothing to contribute. I'm just like, it tastes like kind of like piss.
You cowards don't even drink Ray's Baja Lime.
Well, you guys are too old to know about this, or too young, I mean. But back in the like late 80s when they invented wine coolers, it's a similar kind of like they taste good, so everybody just all of a sudden I mean, it's
Yeah.
just sort of an interesting. People started to take them seriously. Like they were like, I
Yeah.
really like wine coolers. I
Bartles
think
and
they're
James.
very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was a period of like a couple years where people were like, why get beer? Let's get wine coolers. They're
Oh, yeah.
so much better. And there was like, see you later, beer. And then that, and then everyone just pretends like that never happened. It's like, you want a wine cooler? Like, hell no. Jesus Christ.
Fucking got divorced because of that shit.
Like seriously, like wine coolers, I feel like it's a similar like.
do you think the same thing will happen to hard seltzers?
I
I feel
was
like
just
we're gonna
thinking
get back
that,
to
yeah.
classic. I feel like we're gonna get back to classic stimulants after a few years of this madness.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, we're in the middle of it right now. Obviously, they're making tremendous improvements down in Honduras.
speaking of stimulants, as promised last week, I got my first book report on What Are the Odds? From Crack Addict to CEO by MyPillow guy, Mike Lindell. So I have...
How dare you give this person money?
I didn't. Shout out to Hobo Eddie. Hobo Eddie bought this for me for my birthday, so I can be morally clear of giving this guy money, and I do appreciate
There's
it.
some sick holograms on the cover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the back too.
Yeah,
He's like he's a baby, then he goes to a crack addict.
No, on the back
He's a crack addict.
No,
on the back.
it's worse. He goes from a baby to a Trump rally on the back.
Yeah. Oh,
but then
man.
on the front, yeah, he's just his smiley, weird fucking face. And so, there are 44 chapters in this book. So I read the first 11. I know this book is going to turn evil and Jesus-y, but the first 11 chapters of this book are just the biggest fuck up in the entire world, giving just blow-by-blow accounts of his most dumbass moments. I was wrapped because I made this commitment last week. I was like, I'm going to read this fucking book. It's been sitting on my desk. I've been too busy to do it, but I'm going to read the book and honor Hobo Eddie for giving me such a great birthday present and to share it with the people listening to the show. But I was kind of dreading it. And then fucking the prologue of this book, he's on a flight to Mexico, fiending for coke. This is the prologue.
He couldn't just get it.
We've all been there.
Well, no. He's been to Mexico several times at this point, and he is meeting up with a guy named the Greek. And on his previous, again, all of
Russell Brand?
this is the fucking MyPillow guy, the fucking big dumb idiot that you see on TV. He the previous summer said that, and this is a quote: "I'd blundered into a situation that pitted rival drug dealers against each other, and I barely escaped with my life. The Greek came out on top in that situation." And he doesn't elaborate, so he's just gone into some cartel crazy shit.
He started a drug war.
He started a drug war in Mexico.
That's how you know he's a fucking liar. Nothing in this book is true.
Yeah, that sounds like absolutely.
This dude would be a fucking
the
have
Greek. There's no drug dealers called the Greek.
tongue shoved up his own ass.
That's not a real name for a drug dealer. They're called like the Bat. They're called the Greek.
Old chopper.
There's no Mexicans called the Greek.
Well, there's a
man.
There's a the famous Spanish painter El Greco, which means the Greek. So they
Okay, so you
exist.
win then.
He's famous.
I guess
you know,
win
Chris.
then.
You know that.
I guess
famous
Rivers wins
guy.
then because there's a painter called El Greco. He's the Greek. Okay, everything he said is true.
But yeah, so he had started a drug war down there, and now because El Greco came out on top in that situation, he is now going to give Mike Lindell an unlimited amount of cocaine. And so Mike Lindell's on a plane with his family
Because he beat him in arm wrestling or something. Is like, you get all the cocaine in this house.
Yeah, I mean, no, I think it sounds like some people were taken care of because of the actions
Mike Lindell
of Mike
killed
Lindell.
people?
No, I think he started a war between two rival
Probably
gangs.
set somebody up.
Yeah,
to
he
get
like set,
killed.
yeah, probably like ratted someone out or set someone up. But anyway, the point is like he's a marked man in Mexico, but also he's about to get a bunch of coke, and he's on vacation with his entire family during all of this.
We've all been there, yeah.
And the Greek doesn't give him as much coke as he thought, and so he ends up getting what he calls teeners, which are bags that have less than.
How much is what he wanted?
yeah, no, I mean, he wanted all of the coke in Mexico, but he got a couple of bags called teeners.
Just one truck full.
16th of a gram.
Yes,
Yeah, just a little bit.
Was he a dealer?
No, he was just a heavy user. He just loved it, and he had a bunch of money. So
Was
he's
he doing the pillow thing?
not at this point.
What kind of money?
I don't
Where did he
think.
get the money?
I'm gonna get into it. He
Okay.
has several business endeavors, but at that point, so he barely escapes with his life in Mexico because he runs out of coke. He has misplaced a teener, a little baggie, and he doesn't know where it is. And he goes out onto the streets at like 2 a.m. with no one else on the street except for like 5 sketchy dudes who end up being like, yeah, we'll get you some coke. Just wait right here. And then they slowly start to recognize him as the guy who started all the shit the previous year. Mm-hmm. And they think he's like an informant, and he, almost dies and gets away somehow. That's the prologue of the book. The first book is called Cocaine, Minnesota, USA, 1990 to 1999. Where he owns a bar called Schmitty's, which sounds like the craziest bar ever, where basically he would just let them do construction on the bar. Like if he thought the ceiling needed redoing, he would just let the patrons grab broomsticks and smash the ceiling tiles and shit.
Is he fucking Steve-O?
I mean, kind of. Yes. He even talks about in his childhood, like he jumped out of a moving bus into a snowdrift because
so
he is
yeah.
exactly
He just wants
Steve-O.
attention
He
really
is.
bad.
There's, this type
An
of
adrenaline junkie, just like what we all became after drinking. that
Hell yeah.
liquor.
Oh, I'm riding the wave right now, brother.
You're sweating. He's fucking sweat. I almost just took a picture of him from the side. But I was like, I don't know. I don't know if we need that in the world.
But yeah, you're right. There is like a divergent path where he went one way and then, the cast of Jackass went the other. But he always
He
considered...
was ahead of his time.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
And he talks about it. Schmitty's at one point, he loves the Blues Brothers, and so him and this other guy wanted to for Halloween. And weirdly, and again, this book was written in 2019, so way before COVID. He was like, Halloween. I always hated Halloween because everybody's wearing a mask. And I was like, well, that's funny. That
This shit makes you paranoid.
Yeah. Yeah. So he talks about, he's like, you don't know who anyone is. I don't like it. So for his Halloween, him and his buddy were going to be Jake and Elwood, and they wanted to recreate the scene where they're at Bob's Country Bunker. They're doing rawhide, and the guys are throwing the beer bottles at the chicken wire. So they rig up that thing to happen, I guess. And he says, like, years later, some lady saw him at the airport and was like, you threw the best party I ever went to, Mike. So his mother just one day they're living in a nice suburban home, and then his mother just is like, get in the car, and all the kids have to get in the car, and then they move 2 hours away to a trailer park across the street from a pickle factory.
I bet that smells good. Just vinegar all day long.
Yeah. His mind got pickled there. I think that's what happened.
I think that happened way before this.
Yeah. But yeah, as I mentioned, he jumps out of a moving bus,
Why
school
did he do
bus,
that? Why did he
because apparently there were bullies that were like daring him to, and he was like, "Okay, I'll do it," and then he did it. And,
Yeah.
and lived.
I think Sam's right about the attention. People just need, obviously he needs a huge amount of attention.
He said that years later he allowed the kids to bury him up to his neck in sand in the trailer park, and he was like, "I could get out of it, no problem." And
He
then
just wanted to be liked so bad.
Yeah. Well, aren't we all doing this? Aren't we all burying ourselves in sand on stage up there? Just come on, look at me.
So this guy's like pretty much just doing a bunch of basic shit that he's like excited about, like
yeah.
Blues Brothers, fucking jumping out of school buses
At
like,
the beginning,
This
sure.
is all like idiot. Anybody does this.
Yeah.
This is all normal bullshit.
Yes, yeah.
And I like cocaine, and I had a bar where I let people wreck the ceiling. Fuck you.
He said at one point they let
Fuck
him.
you. What are you, a poet? You think you're a poet because of that junk? That's just standard issue redneck shit.
Yes, 100%. This is like your buddy Daryl.
This biography of Mike Lindell has made me even angrier at him than I was before.
I know.
Because he's like, thinks he's special for doing a bunch of stuff that anybody does.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
going to Mexico. Oh, I went to Mexico. And then he made a bunch of shit like people make up because he heard it in an Eagles song or something. Like, oh, this is the Greek. Like in the second verse of Peaceful, Easy Feeling.
Life of the fast lane.
Yeah, he's a fucking. This is all a pack of lies.
Oh, of
And they're not
course.
even made up well.
Of course.
I jumped out of a bus. Fuck off.
Oh, you started a drug war and then felt,
because the bullies told me to do it.
felt safe.
So
a
did
year
everybody,
later.
you dummy.
He does say at one
We
point.
still want him to do that. Does
Yeah.
he know that he could jump off the bus again?
He does say at one point that he smashed out the big screen TV in the back of his bar and then got inside of it, like the broken pieces, and sung
Yeah.
karaoke.
Okay.
Standard moron
Well, no,
behavior.
that's a rock star.
No, that's pretty
behavior
cool.
right there. That's
pretty
fucking-
cool.
Well, he's
That's
been
rock
trying to
star
build his own legend, so to speak. For
Oh, the time I pissed on my own couch.
Twice in a week.
Boy, I'm pretty much like an action hero or something.
one time I drank a glass of diarrhea.
Oh my God, I was reading this book and I just started tearing it up while I was reading it.
I'm crazy.
Yeah,
It definitely reeks.
I'm
of, like-
interesting. I'm so interesting.
yeah, exactly. It reeks of like, this is the person I think I want to be.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just do the stupidest shit and hope it gets a good reaction.
I'm getting so mad. I think it's because of that fucking shit we drank. I'm way too mad. I'm so mad at Mike Lindell. And I'm actually mad at you, Rivers, for talking about him. That's what's happening to me over here. Sorry.
He got into gambling via a 20-hour game of Monopoly, in which they started betting real money, I guess, on it.
shit. What a wild
I
man.
know, right? It's like the most
My
Midwestern.
aunt does that shit.
And he got into alcohol via peppermint schnapps, which that's a lot of us here.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cool. You were in high school.
Oh, another thing I did that was insane is I used to smoke cigarettes, but nobody knew.
Through my asshole, and I did it in front of a bunch of guys, and they all laughed.
Mom didn't know I did it. That's crazy.
One time, my friends tried to milk me, and and it was really funny, and everyone loved me then.
I sniff my own shit.
I wiped my ass on my friend's T-shirt, and it was really funny.
I love this description of the patrons of his bar. Most of the regulars had grown up together in Victoria. Skelly, Petey, Pokey, Flyman, Mohawk, Sibby, Toad, and Tom.
Just made up.
Yeah,
just made up.
Saskatchewan. This is in Canada.
This is in Minnesota. Yeah, it's in Victoria, Minnesota.
Okay.
One of the reasons I wanted to read this is because there was an advertisement where he would detail his 14 near-death experiences. His first near-death experience, he crashed his dad's pickup truck into a tree and was thrown 25 feet from the truck. But here's the thing, and he keeps like referencing this, but it doesn't state it outright, that his life is full of miracles. They can't figure out how he got out of the truck when the truck crashed. They found him on the ground, but the windshield's not broken. He wouldn't have fallen out the open window. Like he's just
So
on
it's just
the ground.
another lie.
Yeah, pretty much. Or it was angels, Sam. It might have been angels. He walks out of the hospital unscathed.
That's the kind of thing you do when you're blackout drunk and you crash your dad's car.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I was thrown from the car. I don't remember what happened.
Well,
They're like, there's no evidence that I don't know. This is Victoria, Minnesota. Everyone here is dumb.
it is all like made up like a preacher's homily to build towards the end where it's like, and then I found Jesus.
I know.
So,
Well,
like,
that's-
it can be all made up until that point.
Yeah, well, that's why I said, like, reading the first 11 chapters is, like, just great. So I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, give it to me. Because, you know, when somebody's lying at you, you never stop them. You're just like, dude, keep going. This is hilarious. Like, I love this shit.
You got some notes.
Yeah, yeah.
there, yeah.
So I definitely got some notes. He quits college due to the Iranian hostage crisis. So
As many people did.
he said that he was like, I just felt like the world was going to end, and I wanted to go run a casino out of my trailer, which he then proceeds to start
It was
running.
a choice.
It was a choice.
It was not, I did not drop out of college. Okay? I wanted to start a casino. It was a choice.
For political reasons.
For political reasons. I did not fail out of college.
He and his friend Kenny are working at a movie theater also, and they climbed to the top of the drive-in movie screen and mooned everybody. So it was pretty
guy's crazy.
It's pretty scandalous.
Damn.
It's pretty scandalous.
Crazy American, like American graffiti.
Yeah. He's running a casino out of his trailer and also making big bets on NFL games. Over the course of one weekend, he gets $12,000 in the hole and has to hide from bookies. And the fun part with this is because, you know, obviously a lot of this is probably bullshit, but he does have receipts in the pictures section, which is extensive, where he has the actual Hardee's bag which is funny considering what happened to him at Hardee's last week, that was left by
Last week.
Yeah, he got his cell phone taken at the Hardee's by the FBI. While he was,
my.
and we found out what kind of burger, by the way. Mushroom Swiss is what he ordered.
He thinks he's fancy.
Such a fucking basic.
But he has included a scan of the Hardee's bag that so he's hiding in a closet inside his trailer while the bookies are outside and they're going to kill him. And so they write on a Hardee's bag, Mike came to get our money. Book was with me. Physical force may be needed. Call me.
Yeah,
So-
that's a genuine artifact. Like, there's no
Yeah,
way
you can't
that he
fake
you
that.
can't fake that.
Hey, maybe not. The
The ghostwriter of this book must have been like
ghostwriter's good, man.
his eyebrows must have been arched the entire time as he was as this guy was psycho was going back and forth lying to him, dictating his life. He's like, all right.
Whoever ghost wrote this fucking killed it because it's a non-linear narrative. Like he's just giving you flashes. Like there's different. He jumps around in the narrative. It's more impressive than it has any right to be. But yeah, he starts running food trucks. That's his first big hustle. In addition to losing shitloads of money on gambling, he's
Wait, he started running food truck?
yeah, that was his,
What year was this?
like 1990.
Because those weren't popular in
No.
the 90s.
Well,
they almost just didn't exist.
Yeah, he actually went to California and got the idea. He was like, "Oh, this is actually a good idea," and started giving away free sandwiches to factories for the first week, so they would hire him to be their food truck guy. So he's doing that, and then also just doing unbelievable amounts of cocaine.
Odds?
Yeah, what are the odds? He ends up going to stealing checks from his friend and going to Vegas with that money and then losing all of that money. And
I want to beat this guy's ass so bad. Everything he does is something he saw in a movie, or it's like he has to be a cocaine addict to start a food truck. People do that fucking all his ideas are like fucking so stupid and regular. Like why do you have to be a cocaine addict to start a food truck?
I think it's just
Like
helped.
fucking Christian moms start food trucks.
Right, yeah. Well,
I did so much coke I started an Etsy shop.
well, that's the thing is like
Like, this guy's adventures suck.
he is the classic model of the we need to start a restaurant coke guy.
I hate this guy so much.
But yeah, he's running from all these bookies and he basically needs to get away from them. He doesn't have money. So his plan is he decides I'm going to go to jail so they think that I went to jail trying to pay them back. So this way they won't hurt my family.
You saw that in a movie, definitely.
Which is a terrible idea. So he decides to rob a gas station. And when he gets there, he finds that the door has been unlocked. So he just walks in and starts taking checks out of the register and then leads the police on a high-speed chase.
Why? How did he get caught if there's no one there?
Because he was drunk and he almost hit a cop car as he was exiting the gas station.
Okay.
And so then they found the checks and he goes to jail, goes to rehab. Then later they flash over to he's in Minneapolis and he's got his friends Chris and Dean and they've come from a bar called Moby Dick's in a part of town that was a bad part of town and now they're at Burger King and apparently Chris called some
This guy
guy
loves fast food.
I know he
so
does.
much.
He loves it so much. His friend Chris calls somebody the N-word, and then the next thing he knows,
Chris, come on.
And I'm quoting from the book here: 25 black guys ambushing Chris and Dean in the parking lot. Which I'm like, you can't ambush someone with 25 guys. That is just straightforward.
Sounds like he
It's
called.
also
20
not an ambush if you call someone the N-word.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing. Yeah,
it
it's
sounds
fully
like
deserved.
He called 24 black guys the N-word.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
got what was coming to him.
But Dean gets kicked so hard in the balls that they have to take one of his balls, and then Dean kills himself.
Wait, take one of his balls out? This is the
yeah.
only interesting thing.
I know, right?
that's
Yeah,
happened
I'm
so
telling
far.
you.
This is a good lie.
And that's about another guy. I'd rather hear. I wish that other guy was about. This book was about the guy with one ball.
Dean.
Racist one nut, Chris.
Why? Yeah. I mean, what happened to that guy?
He blew his head off because he had one
He
nut.
got kicked in the ball so hard he died. Basically.
He got kicked in the ball so hard that they took one of his nuts, and then he
Oh, he
killed
committed
himself.
suicide.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
And then and then he leaves us on a. So for
That's the best story of that book.
for the end.
The guy got kicked in the nuts, already died. And then they're like, look at him, and he's like sweating, and his adrenaline's running, and they're
It was
like,
one of those-
the guy
It
he
was one of
died.
those
Well, he
black-
killed
it was
himself.
one of those black guy nut kicking ambushes.
I know. So he's like, and then
Damn it.
they cap this thing off. The last chapter of book 1, chapter 11. The name of the chapter is Coke times 10, and that is when he finds his true passion, his true calling, Lady Crack.
He calls it Lady Crack.
That's what I'm calling it. But he he calls it lady. I think he does call cocaine like his like white lady at some point. Like
People call it white
what a
girl.
hack.
no, but like he calls it like his white.
He's
He's
a
like
hack.
my white
Everything
lady.
he does is hack. Even his drug use is hack.
Yeah.
But he has a crazy weekend in 1999 where the Viking.
Shoplifted a toothbrush.
No,
Me
the
and Bonehead were shit-faced in a
Yeah.
Walgreens.
We barely got away. It was crazy.
The security guard was like, hey, wait, and we ran.
Some guy pulled out a crossbow, shot him in the pancreas. He died. The Ghost Rider's like fucking Jesus. Two more paragraphs.
No, the Vikings lose the Super Bowl, which is just devastating to the entire community. Dean kills himself that weekend because of the balls thing, and then
That's too much to handle.
and then
I can't come.
I wonder if the Vikings
Jerked off and nothing but dust comes out.
and the Vikings lost.
Yeah, do you think if the Vikings would have won, he would still be alive?
I mean,
right now?
you never know.
He's like, well,
I only
I got one nut, but
my
I'm gonna need
team
this
won.
If I had 2 balls, the Vikings would have won.
That was my lucky ball. So Mike and his friend Skelly are so sad about Dean. They lock the door of the bar and they drink and do coke all night. And then when they wake up on the floor, the janitors have swept and mopped around their bodies.
Oh yeah, the thing is when you do a bunch of coke all night, you sleep.
Yeah,
You know how you end up sleeping by the end of the night.
That's a good point because if you do enough coke, you don't go to sleep for like a bunch of days.
Yeah. Well, they are at a bar, so he does have unlimited access to downers. So I will
All
say
right,
that.
I know this guy's your friend, River.
No. Just,
He asked for this book for his birthday.
I was going to say, like, as of chapter 11, I'm still I'm not riding with Mike. I know how the story ends, but pretty fucking entertaining for me. I'm just going to say, call me milquetoast.
Wait till you read my biography.
Oh, yes, yeah.
I feel like these type of stories honestly encourage people to engage in debaucherous behavior.
Oh, yeah. Well,
because
look how good it turned out for him.
Exactly. That's what people go. They go, oh my God, he's rich now. That means I can also smoke crack and then still be rich one day.
Yeah.
It's like, nah.
And I can kick someone's ball off. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
So shout out to Hobo Eddie. That's part 1. Part 2 next week of What Are the Odds with Michael Lindell.
What are the odds?
What are the fucking odds? So far, only one near-death experience, although he does make reference to his other near-death experiences where he talks about having a motorcycle wreck.
You were saying earlier he does a Tarantino-esque switches back and forth in time.
Yes, yeah, because there's flashes,
I'm sure he fancies himself like this master storyteller or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, well, the Ghost Rider is a master storyteller. It's plain English. It's nothing too. It's pretty straightforward, but it's compelling. I never stopped. I never felt. I read this in just like 11 chapters. Boom, one sitting, easy peasy. And I was like fully bracing for Jesus-y stuff, and so far nothing. Just beautiful.
You got to find better stuff to do with your time.
Hey, I got nothing.
Guys,
nothing but
can
time.
we start a jiu-jitsu house to give River something better to do?
I did want to share one more passage, and this is where he talks about his 5-year class reunion, which that in of itself is kind of weird. But he says, a series of near misses followed that accident so many times that I began to feel invincible. I fell into a lake and was trapped under a sheet of ice. I was nearly electrocuted by a bolt of power so massive it shut down half the town. I bought a motorcycle and wrecked it twice. The second time was on the way to a skydiving lesson, during which I smashed into the ground at 60 miles per hour because my chute didn't fully open. Yes, I actually crashed my motorcycle and survived a skydiving accident on the same day, and I walked away. Year after year, things like this kept happening to me. Over and over, I asked myself, what are the odds? You did it.
The odds are pretty low because these are all made up stories.
Yeah.
I like he says a bolt of electricity. Like, it's not lightning. It's just somehow.
It's crazy.
That's
I wrote
the Ghost Rider adding.
Yeah. Somehow, actually, I fought Thor, and he hit me with a lightning bolt. So crazy.
The year was 1969. I had just written Stairway to Heaven, was about to hand it off to Robert Plant, and then I fell out of an airplane.
He was hooked into the power grid.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean knocked out? He himself got hit by a bolt of lightning and it put the power out?
This is another blackout drunk. You crash your car into like a power breaker on the side of the road. Like, damn, that lightning was crazy. It's like it's not even raining. Yeah, but the heat lightning.
I mean, it was like a he got superpowers from it. Like essentially, as a Stranger Things-esque kind of thing happened to him. The power went out in the entire town. Then he woke up and he had the power to see through the bullshit. And
Yeah,
stuff like
hell
that.
yeah. Well,
What are the odds?
What are the odds? Well, and, he's cursed with good luck, in some ways, I think, because he's at the point now where and also the thing that he said about the encounter with the FBI at Hardee's now makes a lot of sense. It's what I speculated about last week, which was he said to the guy in the car with him when the FBI pulled up to take his phone at Hardee's, he said, "This is either some really bad guys or the FBI." And I was like, oh, he thinks it's his bookies like still coming for him from the Vegas thing.
If that's to be believed.
Yeah. Well, that's what he claims.
Or he thinks there's hits out on him because he's way more important in his own head.
That's right.
He
can't
It's
stop.
attention grabbing thing.
Can't
Yeah,
stop telling the truth.
The thing about him is he does not seem sober to me.
No.
No, you're right.
That's the thing is like he does not act like, I have a fair amount of experience with sober people. He does not act like one.
Yeah.
He acts like a person who's on drugs.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will
so
say
I don't
that.
even necessarily believe. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is the matter with that guy.
Yeah. Well,
But whatever it is, it's a common fucking
He's switched to like prescription uppers instead of
narcissism and fucking.
cocaine.
Well, I will say, like, I have a limited case study with this, but I definitely know people that have had long histories with like drug abuse that then became hardcore Christians.
Yeah.
And there's that line in that Jason Isbell song where he says, "Is your brother on a church kick? Seems like just another type of dope hit." And you're like, yeah, that's that can happen. Like there's
Like he broke sobriety by being fully into Jesus.
yeah, like instead of doing drugs, it's just so into
I mean or he's a pathological liar, and he's all. I mean, there's got to be some sort of stimulant that is like.
Yeah, I
pushing
mean,
him
probably
into-
doing the Adderall, doing the safe meth.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
probably it.
But either way, entertaining book, Mike. First 11 chapters. I wasn't bored. I'll say that. Was not bored.
Are you trying to sell his book?
No, I think he's
right now.
No. What I am saying is that when this is all said and done, I'm going to send this book to one lucky winner along with the T-shirts, and
Oh,
I'm going to make it a whole thing. So I'm going to pass this on. I'm going to pass
You
this.
should leave it at one of the free libraries.
Oh, dude,
it's just on the side of the road.
How many free libraries in Minneapolis are stocked with this book? Because he couldn't give these away. Like he was at the Cyber Symposium, they talked about how there was just hundreds of boxes of this book that he was like trying to hand to people on their way out who were pissed that he didn't produce evidence that the election was stolen. So I guarantee you, every fucking free library in Minneapolis is
Everybody
stocked.
orders too much merch.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Everyone's got boxfuls of it in their closet.
Everybody has high hopes.
Hey, I was wearing my my Advice King T-shirt on Laundry Day yesterday, so
Oh.
yeah, I appreciate it.
I was so excited until you said laundry day.
No, it's,
Dear God.
To the ball. I was wearing it to the ball.
yeah. No, it's I don't really fuck with white T-shirts, but on Laundry Day, that's my time. And a guy at Wingstop did give a second look, I will say.
I'm sure he did because I made the face on that thing way too big. I'm sure it is. I thought it'd be funny for my face to be huge, but then I forgot people have to actually wear the fucking thing.
I mean, I'm not kidding, Chris. A guy did a full double take. Like he saw me walk in and then looked back at the shirt, and I was like,
I think I've told this story before, but I when I was opening for Deer Tick, this is 2017, and I was like, I gotta have merch. Like, I mean, it was like one of those moments where I'm like,
Sure.
I need a lot of merch because I'm gonna be moving a lot of merch.
Yeah.
Were you doing comedy or music?
Comedy.
Okay.
And I was like, I'll make a shirt out of the Advice King logo, and but I better get a lot of them because I'm removing a lot
People are gonna
of
love
merch.
me.
Yeah, because I'm the main thing on this tour, not Deer Tick. And Deer Tick probably doesn't have any merch, so I'll just fill that gap. So Deer Tick has the most incredible merch.
I was gonna
They
say.
have every fucking thing you could get. They have like
I
Deer
got
Tick.
3 shirts behind you. In that
Yeah, they have
closet,
like Deer Tick rain boots and shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So I never had any customers at all, ever, except one guy bought my shirt on this whole tour. It was like
Whoa.
3 weeks.
Shit.
And the guy was like, I'm going to buy. I was like, and I said, like, I'm not, this is not Deer Tick.
Yeah.
It was like so much of that. Like, I mean, I was just like, and he's like, no, I want your shirt. And he was like, I want it because it looks like me. That picture looks like me.
Did he?
Yeah, it was like the only shirt I sold on the whole tour.
That's awesome.
The guy
And I
look like
hauled
you?
around that box, and now I have like 600 of those shirts.
Whoa.
And they're all double XL.
Oh, shit, okay.
You were touring Middle America.
Why was
I'm
everybody?
guessing.
I went to the t-shirt guy, and he's like, "You're gonna need a lot of double XL, barely any large or medium."
That's like just what he had in the back of the
I
store.
don't
He's like,
know
you're gonna
what
need double
happened. I don't know
XL.
what
You're
happened.
gonna
I believe everything everyone says. To
Hey,
me.
well,
need, you're gonna need basically everything that's in the store.
hey,
You're gonna need it.
if folks are double XL listening,
I've actually been meaning to sell those. I mean, whatever. It's a great advertisement.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to try and move those.
yeah, hit them up at the Crofton Show.
Help a brother out.
Yeah,
Those T-shirts I just said I hate. that I designed myself.
I like them, but they're too. I made the face so big.
No, I love that shirt. I wear it.
On
I wear
laundry
it
day.
Every
on
laundry day. Every
Every
time he
single-
doesn't leave the house, he's wearing that shirt.
I mean, everybody knows what you wear on laundry days.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing you have.
The only clothes that are clean.
The first band I was in, we made like a bunch of CDs of like we got them pressed and everything.
Oh hell yeah!
And we were like, this is going to be the one that's going to send us straight to the top. This CD
Yeah.
with the digipack and everything. And fucking, I remember.
I made those. Those aren't funny.
Yeah, no, there's nothing funny about it. There's nothing funny about the 5 boxes I still carry with me to every city. That's, like I have like 500 of them.
Man.
And I tried to give one away to the guy from Jawbreaker. He was playing at he was playing in some place in Chattanooga.
When was this? Not recently. Thank
No. This was in like 2011. No, I didn't see them recently. This is in
I
like
know. That's what I thought. I was
No,
like,
no,
hello,
fuck no.
Jawbreaker. My name's Carter
hello,
Glasgow.
Mr. Hello, Mr. Jawbreaker.
I'm 47 years old.
Want to listen to my band?
Here's a CD.
I did like it was dude, it was in 2012 and he was outside smoking and I was like, hey man, if you just want to use it as a coaster or whatever, and I handed him the CD and he's like, he didn't even say thank you.
Hey, Jawbreaker, meet Mindbreaker.
Oh yeah, and I remember
break your
driving home being like, that was good. You got a network
Oh, I
like
did
that.
that.
That was good.
I did
That was good that I did
no.
that.
I did that so many times.
Oh no,
That was a good thing. He'll probably, you know what? He'll probably get bored on the bus. He'll pop it into his CD
That CD
player.
is on the ground in the parking lot.
It is in the trash can that was right next to him when he was smoking that cigarette.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'll try to find a way to make this happen. If you buy a double XL shirt from Chris Crofton, we should. I'll buy.
I'll throw in a CD by the band Central Fires.
Hell
the
yeah.
first
How
band I
much?
was in.
How much money did you go spend on that merch? You remember?
$200.
I spent a lot because it was recently.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
it's 2017.
I mean,
I spent like
t-shirts are
$600.
T-shirts are
Yeah, yeah.
expensive.
Which
Yeah.
I'd give anything back for just to have money for food.
Please help Chris. That's why we had him on today. This is like a this is like a children's hunger ad. Please,
We're all going out
give whatever you can.
after our shitty merch. Yeah.
Arms of an angel.
Yeah.
Sarah McLachlan.
Just have Chris, like dewy-eyed Chris, just staring into
I
the
mean,
camera.
it's true. I have a lot of merch.
He's slowly holding up the T-shirt, just with the tears in his eyes.
My mom threw out like 3 boxes of those CDs.
What?
Yeah, she was just like, I'm throwing this out. Like, you don't need this.
I made a comedy album in like 2012 that
Yeah, Pearls Before Swine.
on fucking vinyl, and my friend had like 50 copies of it at his house, and I told him to throw them away.
Damn.
Yeah,
Hell
it's
yeah.
not. I don't care, but that thing should be scrubbed from the earth.
We have a segment on this show called Top 3, where we reach out to our friends at The Goods Pod on Twitter, The Goods from the Woods Studiverse, and take questions for top 3 lists. And today, we got time for a couple of them here. First up, at Brody Trotter, most embarrassing or biggest foot in mouth moments for a celebrity.
Steven is easy.
Oh,
yeah.
He lied.
Yeah.
He lied about being in the building.
Oh,
that is-
9/11.
That is an amazing one. And shout out to the Mean Boys who had him on their podcast and then released the podcast on 9/11. Fucking
That's a good idea.
hilarious. Yeah,
That's good.
That's a fucking great
That's
one.
why my podcast isn't a success. Because I would never think of that.
I truly believe Steve Renazizi would have a bigger career had that not happened.
Yeah.
He would have.
Well, he was on the league, and he would have been like a Nick Kroll-esque.
Yeah.
person.
And then he ruined his shit by lying about such a weird thing to lie about.
Yeah. Oh,
And so specific, and like he was like basically like I jumped out of the building or something.
Most big stars are stars because they were part of 9/11.
Yeah, that's true.
It's almost impossible to be successful unless you're at one of those buildings.
I mean, look at it. Shia LaBeouf,
Yeah.
Shakira.
Shia LaBeouf was a known associate of the Saudi royal family who did 9/11. Oh God! All right, is that your number one? What's your
I
number?
think so.
That's a good one. I didn't think of that one.
I don't
That's a good
even
one.
know if anything's worse than that, other than just the obvious
ones.
racism.
Yeah.
and, sexism,
Well-
homophobia that happens to so
Yeah.
many of the pieces.
Totally.
Of shit.
Well,
that
this
are
ties
famous.
in because I'll do one about 9/11 too, and it
Yeah.
was Mark Wahlberg saying that if he were on the planes, that it never would have happened.
He would have been able to stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah, and
this was-
I checked it out. I mean, that is real. He really said that.
And wasn't he?
yeah.
in
He's a
the-
child.
He wasn't he in the 9/11 movie?
No, United 93, or there was the World Trade Center. That
That's
was Nicolas Cage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
is a child, fucking Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, it's like check out Father Stu.
Yeah.
I could never die in a car crash because I would do flips.
Yeah.
I would just like jump
not going
into
out
the-
like that.
I would hang on to onto the visor and just do kick my legs out and then
Just kick those guys in the fucking face.
yeah.
Dude,
That's what you think when you're in fourth grade.
Boston I know a guy from Boston who passed out and from just whatever he wasn't drunk, it was just some medical issue.
Oh, okay.
And then he
got kicked in the nuts too hard.
Yeah, exactly. And then he woke up with like a bump on his head or something, and he refused to act like it happened to him.
Yeah.
He was like, "Well, I don't know. I normally I'm really good at falling," and it's like, dude, you were unconscious. Like, what are you trying to? You're trying to make up an excuse for why you went unconscious for a medical reason. It's like, well, normally I don't know what happened. It's like you fucking passed out. Just
Not a fucking bitch, dude.
yeah, exactly.
I didn't fall out.
And then he was like trying to
I was tired.
demand.
Not tired because I don't get tired.
It
Not
happened.
then, but I just was then. Whatever. Dude.
I'm a brown belt. I don't fall.
Dude, it happened when he was on a plane and he was trying to ask this for security footage. Like, we must have hit turbulence and I hit my head. he just couldn't. He couldn't
Go to the black box. Go to the black box.
He couldn't accept that something happened that was out of his control.
What do you got, Carter?
I don't know. I was talking earlier. I liked the one where Nicki Minaj said her cousin from Trinidad's balls
I love
got
it.
big from taking the vaccine.
Yeah.
It was very funny.
and
You remember that?
I do.
His fiance left him because of it.
because of his swollen testicles. He's just repulsed by his grotesque, huge testicles.
That's part of it also.
That was so fucking funny.
So this show's all about balls.
Yeah.
This episode,
You're on the
for
right
sure.
show.
Yeah.
So wait, so Nicki Minaj's cousin's balls got too big.
This is like she was like on Twitter. She was like, "You should really pay attention to what's in the vaccine because my cousin from Trinidad has a friend whose testicles got really swollen and now he's impotent.
Yeah.
or now he can't.
And
Yeah. That was the whole.
His life fell apart because of the COVID.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
elephantitis testicles.
Ties of the nuts. Yeah. And that was
Oh, Kyrie Irvin recently posted that
He's an endless pinata.
that
seems like so much
the
shit is happening
pandemic
lately, yeah.
and the vaccination thing was one of the biggest violations of human rights in the history of the world.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I mean,
I like
sure.
when people talk about the history of the world.
Yes. and we should say the history of the world that he believes is flat. Because he is also one of those guys.
Yeah, he's got some problems. He's got some problems, that Kyrie Irvin guy.
My top three is as basic as it gets, but Brian Williams, number 3, saying that he was under heavy fire in Iraq and had to dodge mortars and explosions, and he John Wicked himself off of Saddam Hussein's palace and into a series of strategically placed awnings into a dumpster, and then Indiana Jonesed his way out of the way of a rolling boulder. All that stuff that really happened. And I just found out he retired, which is so quiet, just not a bang, but the most whimper. They stuck him at off of the lead role, or the lead anchor of NBC, down to his show on MSNBC for the last like 5 years was literally called The 11th Hour because it was on at 11 p.m. And so they made him the most afterthought, and he apparently retired back in November. My number 2, easy, Kramer. Gotta be. That's the easy one.
I watched that video again recently for some reason.
Buddy, it is.
It's not funny, but
it's so fucking rough.
It's rough.
But yeah, number 1, easy. Mel Gibson, sort of on the same trajectory as Mark Wahlberg in terms of getting extremely Catholic in some sort of penance for past indiscretions. But yeah, and you made mention of Father Stu.
Yeah, Father Stu.
Father Stu. We had Narado Moore and I had a 2-hour-long conversation about Father Stu over on the Patreon that just dropped. But yeah, that's
if you want to see an actually funny thing regarding Kramer, check out the comedians in cars getting coffee.
That is one of the weirdest goddamn
really
things.
They do address it at one point, and Kramer's excuses. I was just being. What I did that was so selfish of me.
That's what it was.
He never mentions race. He never mentions anything.
That's what I would.
He's just like, I was having a bad night as a comic, and I took it out on them, and it was selfish. And,
that's not what I would call that. That is not what I would call
probably
that.
spent like $190,000 on publicists to come up with that.
yeah, to have like 15
How about locker room?
years
Can we
later.
use locker room talk?
Yeah. But yeah, the Mel Gibson thing always is the funniest thing because
You talk about sugar tits?
Yes, he gets a DUI.
You talking about sugar tits?
He gets a DUI and then takes that opportunity to be like, the Jews cause all the wars. And you're like, what does that have to do with
That's not the phone call. That's not where he's like, I don't love you anymore.
That's later.
That's different.
He almost got back. That's the other thing is like Jodie Foster hooked him up with the beaver. He almost climbed back, and then he had the voicemails where he's like, you blow me in the jacuzzi, you know.
Stay in the fucking house.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you the house, but I'll let you stay there. Okay. His tone changes like 3 times in one sentence. He's so drunk.
Oof. Yeah. So those are mine.
When I got my DUI, I also turned to conspiracy. It wasn't quite as dark. It wasn't quite as dark as Mel Gibson's.
Yeah.
The recesses of your mind definitely come forward during your DUI, I find.
Yeah.
At that point, you don't have much else to lose.
Well, you're definitely
Stuff that you've been sitting on.
You're definitely convinced that you being drunk and driving has nothing to do with why you got pulled over.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
I'll tell you one thing. This has nothing to do with me being drunk.
Fucking society over policing.
I mean, that's what I did. I did the like, yeah, just fucking target poor people. Target fucking poor people. Yeah, it's great. You're doing a great job fighting crime.
There's probably someone
Fucking hassling me.
There's somebody
I'm
getting-
drunk and driving, but that's not really drunk driving.
You know, someone's getting murdered 3 blocks away from here.
It is like it's a moment where you definitely. It's a test of character, and I failed.
I mean,
it's not a test of character.
Yeah, I was
You've
like,
already failed.
You're drunk driving. Like, who does that? Awesome.
You
Yeah.
fail, and then you fail again.
the true
But
test
you can
is
at
how you
least-
react
Yeah, you
to
can at
it.
least be graceful about it and
Yeah.
not be like it's somebody else's fault. But
When I've been pulled over for drunk driving, never got fully arrested, but I would start hating on myself really hard. I'd be like, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm so sorry. And then my friend would be like, I can actually drive him home. And then,
Oh yeah,
So I got out of
that's
it,
White
but-
privilege. Is
my
a hell of a
favorite thing, and I've said this before, is in Nashville, there's such a bad drinking problem that people there are always like, they think that everybody in the country has at least one DUI. That's like a common talking point in Nashville.
No, in Texas, it's the same way. Like if you have a DUI, it's kind of just like, oh, you got busted doing that? That sucks.
it's like, it used to suck in the 80s when you had a DUI, but now like everyone's got one.
I got a
Just, like, go to a
DUI. They're
class.
like, everybody's got a DUI.
It's like Pokemon cards.
that is
Everyone's
so
got it.
untrue. Everybody does not have a DUI.
That's very true.
100% of Americana musicians have a DUI, but that does not reflect the larger population.
Well, yeah, shout out to at Brody Trotter for sending that in. Speaking of musicians, this one comes to us from For Kit's Sake, listening to us in Glasgow, Scotland. Which shout out, Kit's still with us even after the Iron Brew piece.
Get
we did.
out of here! They don't get the radio over there.
Oh, they got the damn radio.
Get the radio. It was drive time radio.
So Kit wants to know top 3 guitar riffs. So
In the history of the world.
I think
we're
it's just
talking.
ever.
Top
Yeah.
3
So, like,
is
objectively
it's so
or our
many.
favorite?
Your
It's
just
there's
gut,
no
this is
objectives in
gut
this.
reaction when you think guitar riffs. What starts playing in your head? Top 3.
CKY.
CK. Oh, 90. Which
96 quite
Yeah,
bitter.
yeah.
beans.
Oh fuck.
If you grew up at the same time as us,
Yes, indeed.
that's a riff that's stuck in your head.
And Corona for that matter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, hell yeah. Any Jackass related anything for sure. Fuck, that's a dude. Those are strong, man. 96 quite bitter beings and Corona.
Dude, yeah, that's like enough in the realm of like people understand what you're talking about.
Yeah,
and
for
not
sure.
Just like a deep cut.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Supernaut by Black Sabbath.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But,
fuck yeah. I was
a
gonna
good
say
one.
War Pigs is
or Sweet Leaf.
yeah,
Sweet
Sweet Leaf.
Leaf.
The Black Sabbath. It's just all their
Their riff factory.
their greatest
so
hits
it's-
is
yeah.
all the best riffs ever. God damn, that's a good one.
Yeah,
A lot of Metallica.
I'm gonna go with Supernaut,
A lot
though.
of Metallica stuff could be on
Yeah.
there, I guess.
Horse with no name.
Ooh, America. Yeah.
That's not a riff. That's
gently
not
strummed.
That's not a riff.
I mean, it's got it's a strumming. It's a strumming pattern.
Oh, what? Bulls on Parade. maybe?
That's my number 2. Fuck yeah, that is my number 2.
Yeah,
Bulls
that's
on
a
Parade.
pretty memorable
Rage Against
riff,
the
I
Machine,
guess.
and I've had such fun watching YouTube reaction videos of like 19-year-olds finding out about Rage Against the Machine for the first time.
Yeah.
Which is a very fun subgenre. Do you-
I think because they got sucked in with new metal, so they were kind of considered lame, I guess, for a few years or whatever.
Right,
But
right.
now people acknowledge that they're fucking awesome.
Well, and also a lot of times, I don't know, Chris. I know you are a deep YouTube explorer. Do you?
No, I'm
do
not.
You, do you fuck with reaction videos at all, like for music?
No,
No?
they make me sad.
Yeah, they're
I don't want to
horrible.
see some
I hate
fucking
it.
5-year-old's reaction of like fucking Hotel California.
Yeah, I don't want to see an old white guy's reaction to some new rap song where they're just like, "Oh, I don't know," and their son sitting next to him like,
Yeah,
My
I
dad
don't think
looks
they're real.
stupid right
I don't
now.
think they're real.
A lot of them are not, for sure.
So wait, you like one though?
I particularly enjoy, when it's younger people and they have the lyrics pulled up, because, and I think we even talked about this when we were discussing you being at Woodstock '99. The problem with Rage is that their riffs are so good, no one is listening to the fucking words of the
yeah,
song.
yeah.
Like, they have the catchiest ass music, but a lot of times these reaction videos, they'll have the lyrics pulled up and they're like, oh wow, every one of these is about killing cops. This fucking rules,
Right, yeah.
So which I guess people didn't have that
I saw
luxury
them
back in the
live
day.
in 97.
Oh shit, so they're probably on this
At
tour.
Roseland, but I didn't go to see them. I went to see the Jesus Lizard because the Jesus Lizard was opening for Rage Against the Machine because the Jesus Lizard had a short-lived deal with Capitol. And so they stuck him on that tour and it was insane. But I was like, I saw Jesus Lizard every chance I got. So I was like, well, I'm going to see fucking Rage Against the Machine, I guess. And we stayed for Rage Against the Machine. But I noticed that they had like these people handing out like pamphlets about the rainforest and stuff.
Oh,
and they
yeah.
just like got demolished. Mosh pit of like fucking rapists. I mean, you can't, you know what I mean? That music stimulates all the wrong parts of. It
Well,
doesn't stimulate activism.
Classic example, Paul Ryan, huge Rage Against the Machine guy. And also shout out to Tom Morello, who last weekend was in Brookwood, Alabama at the United Mine Workers strike. Playing for them, raising money for the food pantry. Fucking walking it like he talks it, man. Tom Morello, good dude. But yeah, no, I had my number 3, and this is a guy, Chris, One Big Holiday by My Morning Jacket. That's a fucking riff, baby. That's,
Yeah. I do know that guy.
Yeah, hell yeah.
He played on my record.
I know. That's why I was teeing you up. I'm being honest, but
you guys like Jim James, the song UFO Hunters off my record that came out in 2018. Hello, It's Me has Jim playing the solo on that song.
Yes.
is Jim.
Yeah.
It's great.
that dude, incredible guitar player.
I don't know if
I've
you
seen
saw
him a
his
couple of times.
long hair and a beard, but people
does.
used to always tell me I look like him.
Yeah,
I would get
yeah.
I would get recognized as him.
Ha! Hell yeah.
I was walking down the street in Austin. These group of people just started going, "My morning jacket!"
Like you were like, "Hello, I'm a little light on money right now."
Yeah.
You can give me until the next tour stop.
I am
if you
indeed Jim James. Can I borrow $40?
Yeah, and I'm just walking down the bar street alone, as I would.
I had as my honorable mentions just anything Mick Ronson does on Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. That every guitar piece on that is fucking incredible. And of course, Dinosaur Jr. I was just having to pick one, so I went with Plans from Farm in 2009. That's a
I like
awesome
that
song.
Pieces. That's the
Pieces
first
is
one.
awesome. Yeah, that whole record just fucking rips. But my number one, Drive By Truckers, Where the Devil Don't Stay, Jason Isbell's slide part on that. And I say that's number one because I think I mentioned when we were talking to Mike Cooley is like I experienced that. I was fresh. I'd never heard any of their music except for one other song. That's what they opened with when I saw them. And the second that like slide part comes fucking screeching into that song, I was like, this is my favorite band. And I have not changed that opinion since 2004. Like that's how good that fucking riff was. Where I was like, favorite band right now.
When
This
me
is
and you
it.
saw them at Pappy and Harriet's, it was very fun. Like
Fuck
it was,
yes.
especially your enthusiasm carried over the entire
Oh,
trip. It was
buddy.
very fun.
Yeah, so that's got to be my number one. 30 seconds into the song when that riff kicks in, and it is just fucking amazing live. And nothing ever has happened like that to me before, where I saw something and was just immediately like, I'm indoctrinated. I'm in the cult. Join me up. Sign me up.
Sure.
Yeah. What else you got, Carter?
Happened with me and heroin.
Happened to me when I found Lady Crack.
I'm going to say number 3 is Riff Raff by AC/DC. The song We Know You're Drunk by the band Mule, which if you don't know that band, fucking go look up that shit. That song's great.
Okay.
And then the number 1, I would say Seasick by the Jesus Lizard.
Ooh, yeah.
Shit, yeah.
That's great. Hell yeah.
Back at ACDC.
Yeah.
So
It's
fucking
hacky,
good.
but back in black.
Back in Black. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, great. Yeah, great.
Yeah,
riff.
well, because
So many AC/DC
It's one of the that's one of the songs you put like any song that you just put on and you just feel cooler by extension. You're like, yeah, I am fucking Back in Black, ready
Master
to fucking,
Puppets.
I don't have erectile dysfunction. I don't have erectile dysfunction. It's mind over matter. It's mind over matter. Oh, man. I thought I had erectile dysfunction. That was crazy.
I didn't manifest.
I don't have that shit.
So wait, you had Back in Black, Master of Puppets. What was the first one?
CKY.
CKY.
CKY, right.
Yeah.
I'm just making them up.
I don't know what that
have to
is.
think about it.
CKY.
It's Bam Margera's brother's band, but they
It
had
was
a single hit. Yeah,
a new metal band that became semi-popular because of Bam Margera's like underground DVDs that sold like millions of copies.
I know who Bam Margera is.
Yeah.
So
Governor of Illinois.
those
like Springfield.
those videos were originally meant to be a promotion for the band.
Yeah.
and it worked. They got underground popular. His brother still plays bass with a bunch of like famous good musicians.
Yeah.
Bam Margera's like running away from rehab every other
Oh,
week.
poor Bam Margera.
It's going
That
bad.
fucking lifestyle does a number on you.
He's in your
just ask Wee Man.
yeah.
Wee Man's fine.
Yeah, Wee
he's
Man's
fine.
doing good.
Wee Man's never been fucked up. Like
Bam Margera's in the your post DUI phase where he's just like, man, this world is so fucking. Why don't they just let me fucking chill,
world-
dude? They just need to let me fucking chill.
Everyone's an asshole. Everyone needs to fucking chill.
that. Just because I'm peeing on the luggage at the airport
I used to piss into
doesn't
my own
mean
mouth.
everyone has to get all in my face.
Now I'm pissing blood. Everyone's an asshole. And Johnny Knoxville's on reboot.
This reminds me of when you mentioned CKY, I think of Tim Pool's. Have you seen Tim Pool's band? Do you know who Tim Pool is?
Oh yeah, the conservative.
He's on Twitter.
Yeah,
He has a show called Timcast, and he named his band Timcast also.
yeah, and he's doing emo, and he says that the globalists are trying to shut down emo.
Yeah, and he's not
Oh,
kidding.
my
He said that
word.
globalists are trying to block his emo's career.
yeah, yeah,
dear.
yeah.
Which is like, I mean, that's the craziest thing since Trump said the election was fake.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, look, the George Soros and fucking Klaus Schwab.
Everything's rigged against the white man.
Yeah, they're coming for good Charlotte.
The lyrics are crazy.
Yeah, this is Tim Cast, Only Ever Wanted,
And
conservative
almost-
commentator Tim Pool.
It's the lyrics that there's something like your heart has it says something about your heart being able to see something. Like it uses like, you know what I mean? Like anthropomorphizes like something in a way that doesn't. Do you have the lyrics there?
Trippy.
Let's see. I can pull it up.
It's like my heart can't see my.
Did you think I'd leave you there? Did you think I'd never keep my
This guy's a huge fucking star. He has like tons of kids that
This almost has 2 million views.
he makes zillions of dollars.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Every night I promise to hold on.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's
One day.
yeah. Did you think I'd leave you there? Did you think I'd never keep my promise? Oh wait, here comes the drop. Oh, you know it's coming. Oh.
Did you know?
Nope, never mind. That would be too exciting.
This guy's like a.
This is that conservative chud on Twitter.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
this guy's a racist.
Yeah.
And this is what he sounds like. This is what his.
Yeah. The lyric you're referring to is he says, "I'm staring at the heartache in your soul as your heart fell to pieces." And you're like, how
I'm
do you
staring
stare
at the heartache in your soul.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to stare at a heartache.
That guy has an army of teenagers who think he's an intellectual.
Oh yeah. No, this is like
Good God.
he's like the leader of the incels.
Staring at heartache.
Yeah.
What a
Staring at
fucking idiot.
God, and he still hasn't even
Poetry.
gotten to the fucking chorus yet. My God, it's like, dude, the one redeeming thing about emo is that like they don't usually fuck around this long before you get to the like, you know.
He's taking forever. Yeah, he has a lot.
Oh, it's still boring. My God.
You don't. It's not going to get good.
When does he get to the
Rivers.
part where they?
No, I see it. I see
when
it.
does it? Yeah.
Look, I see the buildup on the YouTube has a new thing where you can see where it gets loud.
Well, no,
sound waves?
that's where
YouTube has a new thing where you can see where it gets loud.
I can see the heartache.
that's actually where the most watched part of this video is.
No, Sam. Yeah.
The name of this band is Timcast.
Yes, Timcast. Hey, branding all the way, solid branding. Yeah, this guy ain't rocking.
He
You know,
sucks.
yeah.
His song sucks so bad.
but
There's
yeah,
sounds like a.
so.
There's not even a riff in that song.
I know, no
God.
riff. Yeah, no.
It sounds like a power
Soundscapes, man.
soundtrack to like the opening of a fucking corporate retreat. Like a decaf tea corporate retreat. The brand is like they're selling like I don't know a better bicycle seat.
do you have any more riffs, Carter?
Number 3, I like that song, Mogwai Fear Satan. It's a
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
yeah, it's a really repetitive, like 16-minute song, but I fucking it's like it's easy to play.
It's a
Mogwai.
power move.
Power move. Oh yeah, intellectual. See,
I use the Jesus Lizard. It's the same shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say you went mule.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I'm more of a rat-a-tat guy, but you know, whatever.
Fucking. Let's see what else. I like YOLO Tangos.
Oh my god!
I'm just kidding. You.
They don't have riffs.
You fucking. Let's see. Number 2, Super Not by Black Sabbath all day long.
Yep.
Shins.
Yeah, number 1 is the James Mercer's side project where
Broken Bells.
him and Fat Mike from NoFX got together. No, the number 1 is
Fat
fucking.
shins.
Oh yeah,
The cankles.
the cankles. I should have never said Mogwai. Fuck. You know what? It's gonna
I'm
be.
fucking kidding around.
It was going to be All Right Now by Free if it wasn't.
Oh,
for
yeah,
Mog-
fuck
if it wasn't
yeah.
that song. Which that's a great fucking
song.
riff.
Yeah.
That's a catchy one. I don't know. There's a song I really love called "Across the Shields" by Torch. It's
Holy fuck!
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I just keep
Hell yeah.
thinking of more and more. As I honestly didn't think of any till I thought of the CKY one, and now I'm just remembering Cashmere.
Oh, Kashmir. Yeah, I was gonna say Led Zeppelin's got a bunch.
Emerald by Thin Lizzy. That song fucking rips.
Yep. Boys are back in town. Also,
Oh yeah, it's a long way to the top. If you want to rock and roll, was my AC/DC song.
Oh yeah, there you go.
It gets to the bagpipes and shit.
And I want to rock and roll. I love
Even Flow by Pearl Jam is a great fucking riff.
Yep.
I love that fucking
Black Hole Sun.
Black Hole Sun.
Black
is a good
Hole
one.
Sun. Yeah. That's like 8. So
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Birth Ritual. If we're gonna do Soundgarden,
Ooh.
Birth Ritual. Oh, My Wave is the best.
They have some riffs.
Yeah,
they
My Wave
fucking
is the
got
best,
some riffs.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm gonna put all these onto like a Spotify playlist. I'll put it on our Twitter at the Goods pod. So
Up on the Sun by Meat Puppets. You ever heard that song?
Yeah,
I
hell
fucking
yeah.
love that little like the little descending riff that it does.
Fuck yeah,
It's a great
I
song.
saw him do it at Pappy and Harriet's actually.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to go to that thing.
Yeah, it was good. Thanksgiving 2019, right before the world fucking fell apart.
Yeah.
Last good day, and Auburn won the Iron Bowl. Perfect. But
Dire Straits, money for nothing.
Yeah, Cowboy by Kid Rock, and also Good Morning Captain by Celine.
Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones.
It's The Reason by Hoobastank and fucking
Cut my life into pieces.
oh, Papa
Yeah.
Roach.
Oh, yeah.
Papa Roach.
They're back, by the way.
It's
Cut My
sad.
Life into Pieces.
It's sad that I think that's a good riff.
It is. It's a pretty good riff.
You've been living with Justin Morales too long.
Semi-Charmed Life and Cash Out by
Ooh, I
Fugazi.
like Semi-Charmed Life.
It is.
It is a good song. It's a great
Oh
song.
yeah, fucking Waiting Room.
They're such
Fugazi.
a,
Yeah, yeah.
They're such a fun band to make fun of, Third Eye Blind, but they have like 3 songs I like.
They got bangers.
You want to fucking? Have you ever watched? Like, first of all, do you know that people like go out of their way to say what a piece of shit Stephen Jenkins is? Like,
Oh.
like he's supposed to be like the most.
he?
Oh,
even,
yeah.
Even obnoxious people are like, this guy gives a new name to like.
Yeah, oh.
Kid Rock would be like, Stephen Jenkins is rude.
Yeah, Max
just
Collins
rude.
from Eve 6 tweets about him all the time.
So,
Yeah.
so he's supposed to be a total dick. And if you look at his like, if you look at his YouTube performances, which I've done for no reason,
Big fan.
for no reasons that are none of your business. Like his live performances, he's like that. Like he like hits on the audience and stuff. He's like,
Oh,
fucking
God.
hits- yeah, he's like total. You can tell he's a sex fucking criminal. but it's so bad because when Semi-Charmed kind of life comes on the radio, I put that on the radio. When I'm listening to the radio,
when I tune in
you know
on the
what I mean. I
dial.
put the top down.
I always used to love.
When you search it by name on Spotify.
Yeah, when I put in my cassette single into my.
my single.
I used to love.
my CD Max single.
If you drove to like the smaller Texas cities, like the smaller the town, the older the music they played on the radio was.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So if I was in Corpus Christi, they were playing Third Eye Blind like it just came out
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a month
Yeah.
ago.
Oh, Sublime on rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Sublime on rotation.
On rotation.
I got Sublime on rotation.
All right, we got Cottonmouth Kings coming up next.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. But yeah, shout out to
Lou Dogs. Shout out to
yeah,
Lou Dogs.
it's a Lou Dog. Yeah. Shout out to @4Kit's Sake. Thank you so much for writing that one in.
When Daddy played poker in the woods, they say, back in his younger days, prohibition was the talk, but the rich folks walked to the woods where my daddy stayed. Jugs and jars from shiners, these old boys here, they ain't miners. They came from the 29ers that didn't take a hole in the ground to put the bottom in their pay.
Fellas, we have time for just one more segment, and of course, it is time for our jam of the week. So this,
What is this?
This is Breaking Benjamin, a band that I can't believe we haven't covered. This is their song.
This is like when new metal became. It was more like Marine workout music.
Fuck yes! Oh
Like, this
yes!
is like what PTSD Marine workout.
Chris is making a very funny face right
I
now.
don't know what this is. I
Well,
don't know what this is.
Oh,
Sounds like to me, my first thought was Gilmore Girls.
I'm sorry, Chris. Did you not buy the 2009 album "Dear Agony" by Breaking Benjamin?
Oh dear.
Yeah. This song is called "I Will Not Bow." So you can imagine where these comments might turn. This song has, even though y'all have never heard of it, 94.
I've heard it, but I don't know it.
Oh, okay. Well, this song has 94 million views on YouTube, and 20.
That's horrifying. That's a horrifying.
Most of those
number.
views originated in Jiu-Jitsu houses.
But yeah, there's 23,642 comments, and
Oh my God, we're gonna go
Y'all-
through all of them.
no, just the creme de la creme.
Did you sift through 23,000 comments for the creme de la creme?
Hey, I've been
Oh.
chugging adrenaline rush.
Wow.
My mind is full of holes.
This is why my podcast doesn't do any business.
You gotta want it. If you want this, you have to take the sins of man and eat them.
Jesus.
First up, Christina from 5 years ago. This is a perfect song for any sociopath, such as myself. Yeah.
Oh man,
This is an anthem for my mentally ill behavior.
She's crazy.
she's a Mike Lindell fan.
No, yes, absolutely.
Mike Lindell's also like, I'm a sociopath. Cancel me.
She was drinking.
You can't cancel crazy.
Can't cancel me for being too energetic.
Time I burnt my nipples with a flamethrower.
When I was drunk.
Ma'am from 7 years ago. This describes me so much because in school, when the teachers tell me to go to the principal's office, I'm like, don't give fuck. I ditch.
Fuck yeah.
I like the attitude there.
I like don't give fuck.
I don't give fuck. I take fuck and I go and I leave school. Fuck that. That could be cool. I like this song now because of that comment.
Yeah. If that's the type of people who like the song, yeah, fuck yeah.
Demon Chriselle from 7 years ago. Everyone thinks I'm weak from being the littlest, but no. This, I can be evil. When you fuck with me, you get hurt. I hate people. I don't trust most, but I will not bow or break. I'm stronger than most. I may be little. I am 14, but remember, I am tough. So if you see Demon Chriselle, do not fuck with that kid.
How long ago is this?
That's 7 years ago. So
Okay.
yeah, he's a little more.
Now he's an angry 21-year-old.
Now he's
a drunk person.
He's in jail.
He's a fucking.
He is for sure.
I'm sure he didn't wait until he turned 21 to start drinking.
I got a question real quick. Who's Benjamin?
I always wondered about that
Franklin,
too.
Benjamin Franklin.
No, it's the lead singer of the band, and the reason it's called Breaking Benjamin, and this was emphasized many times because people pointed out the seeming hypocrisy of having a song where the chorus is "I will not bow, I will not break," done by a song by a band called Breaking Benjamin, but it's a reference to he's apparently very clumsy and breaks things a lot. So people started calling him Breaking Benjamin.
Oh my God.
He's not breaking personally. He is a human tornado.
That's the worst reason for a band name I ever heard in my life. I'm sorry I asked. Thank you. Carry on.
Dumb fuck Ben. Doesn't have a good ring to it.
Clumsy Pete dipshit. Chris Harris from 1 year ago. I want to completely rip my skin off, releasing myself from my own cage. Every time I hear this song, fucking kick ass. It turns out ripping his skin off is a good thing.
Ripping his skin off to release his pain, right?
Yeah, because this song, it
Self-harm. This is an emo song.
Elaslav Valislev from 10 years ago. I know people who drink cola and smoke but don't brush. So why are we talking about hygiene when we can listen to Breaking Motherfucking Benjamin?
Cola?
It's like you brought this up.
Sent from health class.
Yeah, that's a guy's at work and someone was just like Jesus, your breath fucking stinks. And he just immediately took to YouTube. It's like, what were we even talking about? Hygiene? We should be talking about this fucking song. I'm angry.
That person said cola?
Yeah, cola.
Sody pop.
Sody pop from the general store.
Yeah, are they Canadian or something?
People drinking cola and smoking talking about my breath.
C. Geary from 5 years ago. I'm just now getting over my ex. Nearly 2.5.
I'm a level of the up top.
Great way.
Nearly 2.5 years later, and I hope it stays that way. But
2.5 years later,
I hope it stays that way.
This turns scary. But
it's already bad.
My getting over. I hope my getting over stays that way.
He says, but while I was stuck in my own crisis, other guys have been chasing her for a piece of ass.
Oh, no.
And I'll be damned if I'm going to let that happen. I have had enough bullshit of being walked on. The nice guy is about to fuck some people's world up.
So he's over it, but he's gonna kill.
He's going to kill the suitors. He's like Odysseus. He's coming back to Ithaca to kill.
He's over it, but she's not She is also, but he's mad about it. I don't know what's happening here.
Jessica Jones from 11 years ago.
I know her.
I know Benjamin Burton.
I do. I know a girl named Jessica Jones.
Yeah, from Netflix, Kristen Ritter.
No, I know one. I went to middle school.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
She says, I know Benjamin Burnley personally. He is from a small town in Pennsylvania called Selinsgrove. He has completely forgot where he came from, and that makes him a fucking loser. Shout out.
This is the sound of Pennsylvania.
It is. You can
backwoods
stop there.
Rage. This
is the sound of
This
Pennsylvania.
is the sound of rage in Pennsylvania.
Rage, Sylvania.
Like
yeah.
Sounds like their rage sounds like figure skating.
Daniel Vildosola from 7 years ago. Fuck off, Jeffrey Wilson. I'm not doing you, God damn it, Jeffrey Wilson.
I'm not doing you, God damn it.
Don't let me be doing Jeffrey Wilson. I am Daniel Vildosola, Daniel V. And I was like, maybe this is a guy in the band or something. And the best I could come up with is the 49ers running back is named Jeff Wilson. But other than that, I have no clue what he's talking about.
He was on the wrong comments thing.
Yeah.
This is why you don't open multiple YouTube tabs.
No,
it's confusing.
Start playing with fire.
Swamp Titanium Delta Stranger Agent Echo from 4 years ago.
That's a good name.
Foxtrot Tango.
Swamp
Titanium
I like that.
Delta Stranger Agent Echo.
Wow.
Wait, what it doesn't stand for anything.
No, I think this is just what he thinks in his mind palace. This is his name. I will not bow to Katy Perry and Lady Glansgaw. I will not bow to... I will not bow to George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama. I will not bow to Illuminati elites, Freemason, fascism, Zionist, and NWO. For life.
I think it's 4 years ago, and he's still on George Bush and Bill Clinton.
No, he's on George Bush, Sam.
okay.
It's George
My
Bush.
bad.
This is George W. Bush. This guy.
Let's go from now. So Trump was president. He didn't say anything about Trump.
I know. Yeah, well, hey, he was.
Trump's against all that bad stuff.
Yeah,
too.
he was cleaning up the town at the time. This guy's Russian. I had to actually translate his name, and it is Alex K. From 3 years ago. Yes, is good. Your fucking
This
music,
is racist.
your fucking music did fuck my brain, and what's more, your music did fuck my soul. Yes, I am satisfied. Thanks to you, my soul flies. Thank you, people. Yes. Yee.
Y-E-E-E-E.
Yes, yeah. Y with 4 E's and then a million ellipses.
Music you got to be careful with music. It make people really upset.
Oh yeah,
this person made this horrible song, and a lot of people took it seriously and got all upset.
Put in the record label.
I got two more. This guy got real upset. Randall.
This guy.
He's upset at two different people.
My ex-wife's music sounded just like this.
Chris, you're scratching really close.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Randall Alexander 3 years ago. Sarah, it's a game your husband played this time to the max when he was younger. I'm just trying to love you and the kids. You're stuck in the game, Sarah. You don't even like to be in there. You bitched at me all throughout our marriage and wanted to play it. Now you're in it. And I'm trying to tell you, hey, babe, no wonder you have so much stress and anxiety. Here, let me show you your husband. You can fall in love with me if you want, but first you have to unplug from the game. I supplied you that power, and you're trying to catch me. Kristen, new person. Kristen, come learn what no paranoid feelings, no fear except the fear of dying feels like. It's very independent and marine-like. I'm working. What? He's announcing he's done with Sarah, and now he's trying to entice Kristen, I
He
believe.
thinks he means marine life like a soldier, but
Yes.
I'm hearing
like fishes.
I thought that too.
Join me in the coral reef.
Okay, here's the question, because we see stuff like this all the time. Do you think these people hope that they're going to run across this message?
They know the places their former loves like to hang out, and these
Okay.
people love Breaking
Comment
Benjamin.
section of the Breaking
know you're
Song is
listening to
one of
this.
them.
I know you're watching this video, Marge.
He said
Agatha.
he's continuing to Kristen. I'm working even when I'm sitting still. Kristen, these people think I'm crazy and fucked up because I've had enough of their bullshit. My boys are going to learn how to live like an American with choices and a brain, and they love freedom. Their daddy's a good man. Their daddy is a citizen from hell with angel's wings.
Oh no! He's a Marine.
And he's had enough, and there's no rage or violence in me at all. And they're like, I doubt it.
I told you.
Oh,
Marine
yeah.
workout music.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what this shit is.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Punch a
Man.
hole in the wall music.
Like whoever put together this world, the world we're in,
Sure.
really wasn't nice because
Yeah.
there's so many people who are not equipped to deal with breakups. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, it's just, and divorce and like sharing custody, like out of the question for
Yeah.
most men, like to get their heads around without taking to YouTube and writing about marine life.
I mean, I guess no one like ever like thinks like it's a possibility that you'll get divorced or anything.
Seriously,
God.
he's like, I want to raise my kids like Marines, and she's
I like
trying
that
to teach them about.
I like that he's like,
I'm a hell angel.
I like that he says he's going to give his kids a choice, but they're going to love freedom. Like, it's okay, that's not a choice, though.
Yeah.
And finally, Crystal Bonilla from 6 months ago. So this person, loose as
Pretty
far as we
recent.
know.
Pretty recent.
I really don't bow on nobody. I don't listen to nobody. I really don't listen. I don't bow. A no is a no is revenge. I will never listen to nobody. I don't listen to nobody. They're just jealous. Is it because I was found? Is it because I'm hard to get? I don't watch porn. I use blood. It's Satanism. I'm the devil. I have seen war in my face. And every time I see people's eyes, I see pain and war. I see war in my face, and I can't cry. Still can't cry to this day. I'm numb. I'm the badass. I deserve to kill it. Feels good. The fearless one. I am the Zodiac Killer.
No.
So
It says that for real?
That's what it says. So we found it. Crystal Bonilla solved after from 1968 until 2022. One of true crime's greatest mysteries solved right here on the Jam of the Week.
Wow.
Wow, Crystal Bonilla is the
I hope
Zodiac Killer.
that whole thing is a joke.
It was moderately funny, and that
I wasn't laughing.
Sam was scared. Sam was.
I'm scared
cocking-
for society.
He's cocking his guns over there, getting ready to defend freedom from.
I have seen war in my face.
That one, that's terrifying. Yeah. Last week we had somebody say your throne is a fucking chamber pot, and I was like, well, that was pretty good. But I have seen war in my face is fucking poetry, man. But yeah, that was Breaking Benjamin from 2009 with their song "I Will Not Bow."
I've seen war in my face.
War face.
That means like I'm drunk.
That war is beer before liquor, never been sicker. I fight it every day.
War in my face is someone pulling him over for a
Yeah.
DUI.
Sober people don't talk about how they don't cry.
Yeah.
Chris Crofton, where can people find you and your internet presence and your fucking awesome book, Advice King?
Oh, thanks. Listen to Cold Brew Got Me Like. It's my podcast I do with my brother, and it's a freewheeling discussion of similar things as this show, except just not as organized. And
It's a great podcast.
Hell
it's
yeah.
called Cold Brew Got Me Like, and it's on all the fucking fancy things, all those things. And it's also you can get my book.
What's it called?
It's called the Advice King Anthology, and Vanderbilt University Press put it out.
Hell yeah.
And that's Vanderbilt spelled VANDERBILT, the regular one.
Yeah.
And it's on all the fucking internet things. And then, God, this is annoying. I would never buy anything from a person that says stuff like
Hey,
this.
dude, so many people are going to buy XXL giant Chris Face t-shirts. You don't have no
So
idea.
go to Cold Brew Got Me Like and go buy my book, and then you can go follow me on @The Crofton Show on Twitter and Instagram.
Hell yeah. Sam, where can people find you?
Slam Harder on Twitter, on Instagram, Sam Harder 666. I'm doing that one. I switched over. Fuck that old account.
Did you delete it? Is it gone?
No, it's still. I need that to communicate with the better comics who follow me on the original account.
Oh, okay.
Don't know about the second one.
They don't know about 666.
Also, Eureka Brewing Company on September 26th.
Oh, shit.
I've been booked by the Drunken Stoner.
Oh, nice.
Drunk and stoned comedy show.
Damn.
In Eureka, California?
It's in Thousand Oaks.
Okay. I was going to say,
that's
Eureka's gorgeous, by the way. That's a fucking amazing city.
I'll check it out sometimes.
Yeah.
And then the 27th, I'm on Prestige TV at Ham and Eggs Tavern,
Hey, now.
downtown LA, 8 p.m.
Fuck yeah. Carter, where can people find you online?
You can find me at Carter_Glasscock on Twitter and Instagram.
Hell yeah. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rivers Langley. And hey, I'm going to be on the road doing stand-up next month. Come see me on Tuesday, October 4th. I'm going to be at Pocock Brewing Company in Santa Clarita, California. Saturday, October 15th, I'm at the Fall Boogie at Standard Deluxe. Going to be hosting that one. A lot of great bands. Come on out to that in Waverly, Alabama. Monday, October 17th, Alabama Music Box in Mobile, Alabama. On Wednesday, October 19th, I am at the Hi-Ho Lounge in New Orleans. And Friday, October 21st, I'm at the Dragon's Den, also in New Orleans. Saturday, Electric Piano Bar back in Mobile. Wednesday, October 26th, come see me and friends of the show, John Michael Bond, Anna Valenzuela, and some of the best local comics in the area at Coffee Cat in Auburn, Alabama. Saturday, October 29th, back to California, Wrestling Pro Wrestling's Creepy Crawlers and Beefy Brawlers 666, going down at the Burbank Moose Lodge in Burbank, California. Wednesday, November 2nd, Bear City Comedy at Que Sera down in Long Beach, California. And Thursday, December 22nd, Yellowhammered returns to Birmingham. That's right, going back to Alabama for Christmas. Going to have a lot of great guests on that one. Come see us at Saturn in Birmingham. And you can find our show on Twitter at The Goods Pod. And the best way to support the show is to head to patreon.com/TheGoodsPod. Second best way to support this show, head to Apple Podcasts, rate, review, and subscribe. Show that attitude of gratitude, because if you do not have the attitude of gratitude, daddy, you're living in a jiu-jitsu house. The Goods from the Woods was recorded and edited by me, Rivers Langley. You can find our show on Twitter at The Goods Pod. Our theme song was composed by Jonas, the Space Cowboy.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.